across much of the country. So even where the storm isn't hitting, expect delays. Now, if you're in the D.C. area, Philadelphia, you're going to see disruptions. In fact, other airports we're watching into the New York City area, as well as throughout the Midwest. On the roads, we're still seeing slick and treacherous conditions.
One final day for people in Atlanta to say their goodbyes to former President Jimmy Carter.
I had to come over here and show my respect, and, just pay my condolences. It felt great, meeting a president. So it's one of the, moments I cherish.
The remains of the nation's 39th president lie in repose at the Carter Center through 6 o'clock tomorrow morning before making the journey to Washington, D.C. for his state funeral on Thursday. And then the body will be taken to his hometown in Plains, Georgia, where Mr. Carter will be buried alongside his wife, Rosalind. Marietta police launch a new app allowing residents to share tips and photos that could help solve a crime. Here's a report all new at 3 o'clock.
Imagine that you're driving north on US 41 through Marietta and you witness a collision. You don't want to pull over and wait for police, but you do want to let them know you have dash cam footage to show which driver was at fault. Now you can share that sort of information anonymously on a new app. And to Marietta's Chuck McPhillamy, it's a perfect pairing for our phone-centric society.
Being able to encourage the public to send in tips, it's going to make the community that much safer.
More than 1,000 people have already downloaded the app since its New Year's Day launch. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 3:03 and the Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Good afternoon, Bill. Watching the volume continue to increase through downtown, starting 75-85 south from 17th Street as you make that trek down toward I-20. Northbound sluggish, University Avenue, clearing Freedom Parkway, and still dealing with right lane road work between Decula and Lawrenceville. 316 westbound at Cedars Road, slowing that ride, but no big need for an alternate. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Drying out but turning windy and cold today as temperatures drop throughout the afternoon. We will be in the 30s by 6 p.m. Wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour. Lows tonight in the mid to upper 20s. Tomorrow, sunny skies and staying chilly, high 39. Wednesday, mostly sunny, morning low 24. Afternoon highs in the upper 30s to low 40s.
Already down to 33 degrees in Powder Springs. It's 38 in Hapeville and 36 in Cumming. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Hessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
And you were worried about hitting your open. You nailed it. Look at that.
I did. I was practicing it before we went on the air, actually. It's been so long since I've done it. I did not want to start the new year, 2025, messing up the intro of my own show. So I feel as if my work here is done. Thank you. Good night.
We'll just play that on repeat for the rest of the show.
Keep going. Enjoy the rest of the year. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on January 6th or 7th or whatever it is, 2026. That's what I want to be now, just the ambassador of the new year. I'm the guy who shows up, and once I say Happy New Year, officially the new year has begun, and then I can retreat back to my my cabin.
We can celebrate tonight then.
You can celebrate. You may have celebrated before, but it was not official.
No.
Now you can actually
now I can
celebrate.
Eat the pork.
I know. I know that we all, yes. You can now eat all the varieties of meats that are out there for you. It's a smorgasbord. It's open to you now. So, and I know that probably everybody here, I'm sure Autumn flew or drove back down to Atlanta to be a part of the return of the Peach Drop.
Oh,
no?
yeah, for sure.
No?
No? I mean, wait.
Huh? How was the Peach Drop? Did it go well? Nobody was here.
Nope.
I was not here for it.
I sat in the carport, and at midnight, it was like every house in a 10-mile radius shot off fireworks.
You
I wanted to hear the fireworks.
Hold on, I'm just imagining the scene.
Well, everybody was in bed except me. It was
Okay, you're
midnight.
on your car.
Where am I going to sit? In the living room? I can't hear the fireworks. in
carport.
there. Yeah.
Smoking a cigarette.
We don't all have garages.
I understand that. Don't pull the privilege thing on me. Now I understand that.
You have
But there
parking
is-
privilege.
There is an image I have of you ringing in the new year, 2025, sitting in like I would think of it as like a chair from a kitchen table, like from
a
the
folding chair, maybe?
Yeah, not folding, but like one of
Oh,
those
like a wooden one?
like no, like 1970s, got the kind of like aluminum legs to them with,
No,
the vinyl seat and the.
I would prefer that actually.
Yeah.
No, it's one of those short-legged chairs that leans back.
Uh-huh.
It's mesh.
Okay.
Right.
Like
Oh,
you're
like
at
those
a.
camping ones?
Yeah, and I put a one of those those things for your tailbone. Those,
Oh, yeah.
those nice little cushions.
Oh yeah,
What, like
'cause
an
you-
airplane cushion?
Sort
Yeah,
of.
it's got a little. It's a lumbar.
Yeah, a little lumbar support, yeah.
Where's Daddy's
support.
lumbar cushion?
So you
Who touched my lumbar butt cushion?
Put that down, Gilbert.
You brought in the new year in comfort, at least. It
did,
sounds
yeah.
to me like your lower back was all for
And support.
2025.
Perfect.
Wonderful. It's
But
good to know.
but the overall point is there were a lot of fireworks.
Yes. But so it was just you just out in the carport. And did you just yell Happy New Year to anyone
I
randomly?
did at the
or-
coyotes that were in the back.
It's nice.
howling.
Nice to know. It's nice to
He
know.
yelled at the people setting off fireworks.
I wanted to.
Hey, enough
Hey,
already.
you.
It's 12:15.
It's 2 a.m.
Youngsters.
Well, you have to be in the celebratory spirit.
Yes.
I was in Madrid when it was the New Year's, and you guys all know this because I didn't realize at the time it was a lot of fun and kind of going crazy. And I always, after like jumping around, and these Spanish people are just a blast. And going around the restaurant, a line, kicking our legs out for an old man needs to sit down. And I thought, well, I'm going to sit down here. This is like 20 minutes after the New Year, and like I do every New Year, I go through my text friends and I wish everybody a happy New Year. And then after I went through it all, I realized, oh, it's like 4:00 there.
Yeah, but we understood.
I
got
know.
it. We're like, oh yeah, it's a little bit ahead.
But I had to go back to everyone and go, oh, that's Madrid. Sorry. If I felt kind of
Why
stupid.
would you have to do that? We know.
I know you know, but it seems like unfinished business.
How
to me.
embarrassing that
I
Ron
like-
Hessler
not
would text us and
not-
not know.
What a way to ruin the new year. Eric.
I
There
like
were a
how
couple-
Eric did a group Happy New Year to the Doctrinaires, and then he did
Right.
individual one.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, you guys, I was
appreciate
scrolling
that.
through. I'm not going to skip you just because you're in the group, unless I missed somebody that was in the group who found out just now that they only. George Clark, did you get a personal?
I got a personal.
Okay.
There you go.
Did you get a correction?
Yes, I got a correction as
it's
well.
Madrid time. Sorry, I felt like a fool. People, I'm wishing people a happy New Year with the
I
explosion
was sitting
stuff.
there wondering what the hell is
What
this?
is going on?
What?
Is he must be really messed up.
You idiot! It's 4 p.m.
I was partying like crazy in Spain.
I was proud
Is
of you.
it fun
One
to
of the
travel?
The travel part wasn't fun. Being there was
Well, of
fun.
course not. But I'm saying the fact that you've traveled and now you had a good
Well, yeah,
time.
but
you had
now
a cool
except
experience.
now there's going to be like all this. Oh, hey, you got a passport? Let's go all the time. I don't know about that, but I did enjoy
Who's saying that
myself.
to you?
Well, I could see my wife. Hey, you love it now, right? You love it. I certainly did have a good time.
Good.
This Vitorio Gasteiz, this town that we were in. It's in Basque country, and let me tell you something. These people are wonderfully insane. I mean, these Jared Yamamoto, you need to go to this place because these people drink from the time they wake up until the time they go to sleep.
My people.
And they do it in a way that you can really fight the hangover. They mix in meals throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So you're constantly kind of sopping up the alcohol, I think.
Grazing.
You're grazing. And because I
We
know
got to be able to last.
there was some guy right after the wedding was held in this cathedral that was built in like the 1300s or something. It was so cold. It was beautiful, but it was so cold. You couldn't HVAC this place. It was just a huge cathedral.
You're close to the mountains up there. The Pyrenees or whatever
Well, yeah, you can get to the Pyrenees rather quickly.
Okay.
Somebody, my brother-in-law, took a day trip over to Lourdes.
Oh, in France?
In France. So you can get there pretty quickly. He got there and got back, so you can get there pretty quickly. So it's not too far from that. Regionally, I'm not exactly sure where the Basque area is, And let me just say that I know there's a lot of separatist politics, and I know nothing about that, so don't call up and go, you son of a, whatever. I'm just saying these people are out of their minds, wonderful, funny, smart. It was a blast. And so I was the wedding night, the reception. First of all, the wedding started. It was like 10:30 in the morning, and then the reception wasn't over till 1 o'clock, and I was still going, if you can believe that. But I did not think I was going to be. They had 3 different buses during the reception back home. One at 8:30, one at 10:30, one at 1. And some in the middle while we were eating, I was like, my wife, I'll make it on that 8:30 bus. Yeah, I've been there a long time, a lot of travel. And the night was just beginning, I was realizing, and we'd been going through this since 10:30 in the morning. And then something happened. I don't know, just the way they set this thing up, and I was just having a blast. So then when I got back to the hotel, some people were still going out again. I was like, to hell with it. I'll go out again.
Good job.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Went out to a bar, had a great conversation with like 3 or 4 people that were just standing out on the street drinking, which is a great thing. Standing out on the street drinking with glass. They don't care, which is fantastic. And so we had a good conversation, and then it's time to kind of break up and go home. And I was the last American standing. And they were very like, we really appreciate that you come out with us, the Americano. You'll come out with us. And I was feeling like, and I was like a novelty, like talking outside. It's like people were, and anybody who spoke English made their way over. What's the American saying? I really felt like it. But it was good, interesting conversations. And so they're like, okay, well, it's time to go home and go to the hotel. And I thought I knew where the hotel was. I knew I was within 3 or 4 blocks of the hotel. But, there's nothing there built on a grid. It's all circular. So I was very easily, so it ended up that about 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm wandering around this town, and I'm alone, and I don't know how to speak the language, and I don't know where I am, and I can't read my phone. I don't know if these.
And you've been drinking.
I've been drinking.
And there's tiny little streets.
Yeah, these streets that I don't understand. The street signs are, matted up against walls rather than
they're so hard to find.
Yeah, the way we do it. And so I'm trying to follow my GPS. It's making no sense to me. And I see a guy, and he has a dog. And the dog barks. I see a guy, he's like 45 years old, and I kind of walk up to him and I think, well, okay, I don't speak the language, but maybe if I just say the name of the hotel, he'll know. It's only a few blocks from here. Maybe he can help me out. So I go up to him and I say, NH Hotel. And he says, what is your name? I said, I'm just looking for NH. Where are you from? I said, I'm American. American. And then he starts saying a few other things, and I realize he doesn't really know where the hotel is either. So, and then I notice a woman like kind of cross the street, not a large street, but she's kind of close to a building. And he says, my wife, she's very angry with me.
Like,
Mind you, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm in
Oh my God,
Spain.
this is the best.
I don't speak it. My wife, she's very angry with me. You American? Yes, I'm American. You come have a beer. You come have a beer with. I said, I think you need to take care of your wife. He's speaking broken English, so he can speak some English. Like, I think, your wife, because she's giving me a feeling like I don't want to hang out with him or anybody he brings along. And
my stupid husband's bringing some stranger from
Stray
the street
Americans.
now. We're in the middle of a fight.
And so at some point, the conversation gets to where I just think, what the hell? Yeah, okay, I'll go have a beer. And so we start walking away, and his wife is staying on the other side of the street. And as we're walking there, he's saying, like, my wife, she is a beautiful woman, but she is not reasonable. so, I'm walking up to us, oh, yeah, well, that's how things go in marriages, you should probably take care of that. And then I look up, we've actually walked back to the same exact bar that I just left. And he says, I'll get you a beer. He goes inside to get a beer. And then I noticed that one of my nieces is still there, and she looks like she's involved in some conversation she wants to get out of. And she looks at me and says, you want to go back to the hotel? I said, yeah, let's go back to the hotel. So the guy went in to get a beer, and I left with Samantha, and I never saw him again.
And now he hates all Americans.
No, I don't. But I thought that would be like the great opening of like a really weird movie. And I'm like, where would that go? Like, what would be going on? Like, it's a setup from the two of them. Okay, we're going to play this game on The Foreigner. And then she goes, that's going to be a great story. I wouldn't say, I'm not saying it would be real, but it'd be a great story. Like, so he convinces the American to walk with him, and the wife is mad and goes in. They have a beer, and then at some point, this is what when writing the story goes, the wife then gets kinder and says, "Oh, you know what? We were arguing, and I'm sorry about that, and that was rude. Why don't you come back and we'll have a few more beers at our place or something like that." And then one thing leads to another, and you wake up and you're in a cage in their basement or something.
See, I was going the other way. Like, my wife's beautiful, isn't she? She's very beautiful.
No, I'm thinking that
Right?
there's a saw involved eventually.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Or
some kind of prostitution ring or something. That's what I was going.
I had myself in a cage in a basement, completely. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, there's tubes coming out of me.
You have great blood.
The Americano blood.
My wife will stay young forever.
She's a beautiful woman, but she's not reasonable.
What time does this bar close at?
I don't know. It was 4:00 in the morning when that happened, and I just walked away.
They party hardy, Marty. Like they'll stay up until like 2 a.m. just having dinner because they start dinner at like 11.
Yeah, they break down the day very well.
Oh, it's the best. Did you go for like after the siesta? Like, did you go have a beer and like some of that meat?
Yes, we did.
Meat? That's chorizo.
Oh,
yeah. It's like at the reception, the way they kept it going so long. And I noticed, like, we left the cathedral, and, these guys are, like, already have open beers in their hand as they're walking down the street to get on the bus to go to the monastery, which is where we went for this reception all night long. And I thought, oh, my God, these guys aren't going to last the evening. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. They're already drinking like this. But they do a really interesting thing where they feed you small amounts of food, but lots of it throughout the day. Yeah.
And then did you nap?
And then I didn't nap on that day. There was no nap on that day because we were at the at this monastery that was 40 minutes away from the town. But at like 11 o'clock at night, in the reception, when things are getting you're just starting to feel hazy, out come the burgers and the pizza. And it just kind of sops up all that alcohol. I feel like I've already said that once, but I'll reiterate it. So it's important. This is a good way to drink.
Spain was my favorite place that I've ever been.
There you go. Well, it's the only place I've ever been.
Oh, it's so cool. I loved it there. I loved, like you said, the breaking up of the day because I love a nap anyway. So like a 4 p.m. nap, you got it. And, and then you get up and you go out and you go back to work and then they leave and then they have like a little snack on their way home and then they hang out some more and then they go to dinner at 11.
Let me tell you the best part about Spain. And this was from the airport to the mall because I had to stop and buy dress shoes when we first got there. It could have been a small hole-in-the-wall bar or the most upscale restaurant. Every place that we went, this is my kind of country, every place we went to, the bathrooms were completely private. From the floor to the ceiling with a door everywhere.
When I taught English as a second language, people would hang like long rows of toilet paper in the crevices of the stalls because they thought it was so weird and they thought like it was like everything was on display because in other countries they have, like you said, full room, like little cubbies to yourself.
Yeah, just full private. It didn't
like
matter
a whole door.
If it was the smallest cafe, if it was the largest place, and for a guy like me who is just criminally pee shy and has to deal with this, I just had no trouble. Public anywhere I was, it was fantastic. Then I got back. JFK.
JFK is a
I'm
disaster.
back to half my head being above, the wall.
How was that customs line in JFK too? They treat you just like a piece of garbage in there.
Yeah, that was
Welcome back to the United States.
Yeah. Like, hey, come on, move it on, hey. What are you doing, tall guy? Come on, stretch.
What could you have possibly picked up over the ocean? You already went through TSA.
Well, I mean, I don't know that America should trust every other country's TSA.
That's true.
So I get it. You're coming into the country, and we're a target, obviously, as we know from the latest news. So I get it, but it is a pain. And how about a little more room? This is the thing I don't like.
Atlanta
about...
is so much nicer coming back from traveling abroad. Like they do a
it
decent
really does
process.
seem like they set up that line for customs and TSA. Well, not customs, but you're right. The TSA part of it is very like over in a corner. Kind of, and you're just weaving in and out of all of these lines.
They yell at you while you're like, move, keep moving, keep moving.
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
do.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I was all for that because I was at the back of the line. So I'm like, yes, keep moving. Keep yelling, keep moving. That's fine. So the answer is I enjoyed the hell out of myself, but I did not enjoy the travel part. So I don't know that I see myself as somebody who's came back, got jet lagged, like, woo! I thought I'd dealt with jet lag, coast to coast before. Nothing like this.
You know what they tell you to do is to put your bare feet in grass.
Well, I got to go travel again just to see if that works.
Nice and warm this week. You get out there.
Oh yeah, that'll be great.
Why putting your feet in the grass? Why would
I don't know. There's
that
some
sounds
sort
very
of...
holistic, kind of
I know, it
healing,
sounds like
natural.
woo-woo.
You will introduce your feet to the ground once again, and your body
Yeah.
will know what
You're
time
reconnecting
zone.
with the earth and the magnetic sphere.
Well, in Die Hard, they tell him to do it with the carpeting.
Oh, same thing with the feet.
Yeah.
Were you jet lagged on the way back or on the way
No,
there?
on the way back.
That's odd.
The
Because
way there,
you
I was
basically stay at the same time when you're flying.
When you're
back.
going west, though, you get more jet lag than going the other way.
Really? Because when you're flying to Europe,
Well,
a
you're
lot of times
losing time when you come back. That's why.
Well, but you sleep on the flight, which is often.
I didn't sleep.
You didn't sleep at all.
No,
Okay.
I couldn't sleep because my wife bamboozled me. We were
What'd she
basically in coach seats all the way there and all the way back. So
She bamboozled you? Did she tell you were getting better seats?
Yeah, I thought that she told me the seats are going to lay down and you'll be able to do this and nothing. It was like it was only because I was so tall that it was uncomfortable. It wasn't a completely uncomfortable experience, but 8 hours sitting in a bus seat. I just think it's just weird to me still that you can wake up in Madrid, Spain, and go to sleep in Roswell, Georgia. I know that people do it all the time, so they probably don't think about it. But it is still bizarre to me. And being in a bucket of Bolt, flying over an ocean,
Oh,
bunch of
the
people
being
you don't
over the
know.
ocean part freaks me out.
Yeah. I just had to lean into it and watch that 3D flight thing.
You didn't watch like any of the onboard entertainment?
No. You know what I did watch? No, I did.
That
You
flight
raw
seemed
dogged
long.
it.
No, I can't. Those kind of headphones. I listen to my own with my pods. Those kind of headphones that go in like that, my ears aren't built for them, and they're just uncomfortable. So I tried to watch a couple things, and I couldn't.
You
But
could have
what
brought your professional headphones. They have the right plug for it.
well, I'll know next time. What I did do is my wife, sitting next to me on the way back, was watching that Joker 2, and I thought I might as well watch this with no sound. What the hell? I'll give my review.
Foley a poo.
Yeah, I'll watch this. I'll give my review. And my review with no sound, I don't think that sound could have helped this movie. Just watching this movie with no sound.
What did your wife think of it?
She thought she liked it at first, and then it got boring. She thought the idea was cool at first, but then it got boring. And how could it not be boring? Now, again, I wasn't hearing anything, but I just have to ask this question. How many times in a major motion picture can we be in a van leaving the prison to go to the courtroom and then leaving the courtroom to go back to the prison? Because it seemed like that was watching.
Is that what it
with
should have been called?
Yes.
The van?
The van.
Joker, the van.
Joaquin Phoenix overacting in a van. And again, I had no sound. So I didn't hear the music, but I saw that it's got to be a boring movie because nothing was happening visually. Like, yeah, they were singing and stuff, but they were like sitting in chairs. Didn't seem to be. When you think of a musical, don't you usually think of like choreography? La La Land, they pulled it off. It was great.
I think that there was one part. I didn't see it. I watched the Red Letter Media review of it.
Yeah.
And I think they talked about one part that seemed interesting was it was like a 70s variety show.
Yes, no, it looked like Sonny and Cher.
Yeah, and there was some it seems like there might have been some movement there.
Yeah,
but-
well, that was obvious to me that was based on Sonny and Cher and the
sure,
way that they and her. So that looked clever, but even within that, it didn't. It wasn't a whole lot of movement. It was just that they were kind of mimicking what Sonny and Cher would do at the beginning of their TV show. It seemed like to me. Again, no sound.
What do you want? Singing in the rain? Come on.
What? La La Land? I don't know, something like
something good. Are you
it
expecting it to be good?
Yes, I was.
That's your problem.
At that point, I wasn't because I had heard all the news. But yes, if I'd walked into the theater and saw this as the follow up to the first movie, I would have been flabbergasted. And also, it didn't. The first one had this great. The colors were fantastic. The cinematography. This looked like really dreary and olive drab.
You should review most movies without hearing them.
I think that's my new. That's going to be my new YouTube channel.
I think you should.
Eric watches
Is
movies
he deaf?
without sound.
No.
You can call it sound off.
Sound off.
Oh, there you go.
Sound off!
Oh,
my
no!
God.
Oh, we got to
That's
write that and then mail it to ourselves so that we can copyright
Poor
it. So
man's
it can't be
copyright.
Yeah, don't you take that idea. It's mine, damn it.
Start
fresh this year. Take better care of your HVAC system and save money. Dave Baker here. Do you know starting at just $16.99 a month, a Coolray maintenance plan will keep your system running smoothly all year long? But if it's time for a new system, Coolray can install a new Carrier home comfort system that comes with a lifetime parts and labor warranty, which means $0 in repair costs for the life of your system. But what if the new year means tackling other household issues like plumbing or electrical? Coolray can help you there too. Mr. Plumber and Brightbox Electrical are both part of the Coolray family. So if your home to-do list includes things like dealing with slow drains, installing new faucets, upgrading your electrical system, or wiring those brand new smart devices, Coolray can help. So whether it's heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, simply schedule your appointment at Coolray.com. No busy signals, no waiting on hold. You pick the time and day that works best for you. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Is shopping for health coverage confusing? Georgia's got you covered. Georgia Access is our state's program for all residents to find quality, affordable health insurance. At georgiaaccess.gov, you can explore a variety of plan options. You may even qualify for no-cost coverage. Open enrollment is happening now. Visit georgiaaccess.gov today. Georgia Access. Health insurance. The Georgia way.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. When you receive a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, there's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. One of our clients, Tiffany, said, Mark Spain Real Estate was wonderful in answering any questions I had along the way. Find out what your guaranteed offer will be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
It's the time of year that Mama Bear and I work on our annual budget. Between you and me, I'm starting to think we're spending too much on salmon. Fortunately, with Scana Energy as our natural gas provider, we have options to save that fit our needs. Sign up and get up to $100 today. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/100 for details. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News.
Weather.
Traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top local story: brace for bitter cold this week.
So the rain is gone, but now that Arctic air is rushing in.
Meteorologist Christina Edwards says expect a hard freeze every night this week. Christina also monitoring for the chance of wintry precipitation on Friday into Saturday, but that forecast remains uncertain, so check back for updates throughout the week. This just in: a judge finds Rudy Giuliani in contempt of court for failing to turn over his assets to former Georgia election workers Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss. They're trying to collect a $148 million defamation judgment won against Giuliani, who spread lies about them after the 2020 election. Donald Trump officially declared the winner of the 2024 presidential election today. In a joint session of Congress, Vice President Harris announces the final election vote tally.
Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes.
CBS News Washington correspondent Scott McFarland reports this certification was much different than the scene 4 years ago when rioters stormed the U.S. Capitol.
There were no vigils organized by Republican leaders who now control the House and Senate. There is a January 6th plaque to honor police officers mandated by law. It's never been hung, and no discussion of January 6th by House leaders as they walk to the floor today.
Trump will be sworn in 2 weeks from today. At the Carter Center, thousands, including Jennifer Lund, continue paying respects to former President Jimmy Carter as his body lies in repose.
It's a celebration. I know many people feel very somber, but I feel mostly celebratory of knowing this man and his good works, and they're very inspiring.
In a special Air Force mission, Mr. Carter's body will be flown to Washington, D.C. tomorrow for the official state funeral on Thursday. He will then be buried in his hometown of Plains, Georgia. It is now 3:32 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And in the 24-hour traffic center, here's Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill, had an earlier crash in the Clarkston area. 285 south, the inner loop before Memorial Drive, exit 41 was in the left lane. They got that out of the way, but you're still on and off the brakes coming through Doraville down into Tucker and Clarkston. Downtown, nothing but brake lights. 85 south approaching the ramp to 75 north, and you stay slow 75, 85 south, 17th Street down to I-20. And still got that right lane construction between Tequila and Lawrenceville. This is going to be on Highway 316 westbound at Cedars Road, so some delays as you leave Winder Highway. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. The clouds moving out, but the colder air moving in. Temperatures will be in the 30s by 6 p.m. with wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour. That means the wind chills will be in the 20s as we ride home. Lows tonight will be in the mid to upper 20s. Tomorrow, sunny skies with a high of 39. Staying cold on Wednesday, morning low 24. Afternoon highs in the upper 30s to low 40s.
Right now, 37 in Alpharetta, 32 in Douglasville, and 36 in Lilburn. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, Belinda here, and I have Barry Petrie, Director of Virtual Imaging. Barry has a very interesting testimonial I want him to share with our listeners. Barry, tell us your story.
Belinda, I'm 55. I'm in good shape. I work out every day and took this job about a year ago. Unfortunately, I started having some symptoms about 3 or 4 months ago, so I decided to scan myself. Learned that I had a very high calcium score, and especially most of that was in my LAD, which you know is the Widowmaker. Long story short, I had my first stent put in about 6 weeks ago at Northside, and I feel great. I did not realize that I had lost a gear, and I've got that gear back. And I would have been one of those people that probably would have dropped dead looking perfectly healthy at 60 if I had not taken this role and did that scan.
Oh, wow. Folks, that story hits home. What are you waiting for? Go to Virtual Imaging and get a complimentary heart scan with few minimum requirements for you and your spouse. Call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or visit virtualimagingatl.com.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
So it's that time of year where we all play that mental game of what's going to cause our next power outage and ruin all our groceries. Down trees, ice, category no thanks, wins. Lucky for you, the pros at Castile Electrical are here with same-day service and fully stocked trucks to get your home's electricity back in action with a whole home generator installation. And with our flexible payment options and $500 off installation, your budget can rest easy. And so can your mental state. Book today at CastileAir.com.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's a new year. And there's going to be a lot of new things on this show. I want you to know, I was thinking about this. I don't want to be one of those shows where the show just stays the same year after year after year. So we're going to have a lot of changes for the year 2025. What season are we calling this?
This is season 15.
Season 15, but only really like 4 years or something. 5, 6?
I think it's more than that.
This is our 8th year full time on air.
Not for 3 hours, though.
No.
Now it's 4 hours, but...
Yes. 2017 was the first every day.
Okay. So, how would you say 6, 7? How many years?
7 years.
7
no,
years.
8 years. Sorry.
8 years, yeah. That sounds right.
8 years, and that means how many seasons?
Season 15 because of all the different changes. So if
That's
we
right.
expanded an hour or if we went from the weekend to the days.
So the first season would be the first iteration of the show. Second season is the second iteration, and then now at some point it caught up to where we were doing one iteration enough that it was the next year. However, we did go to 4 p.m. Oh, no, we went to 4 p.m. first. Did we switch seasons from 4 to 3? I don't think we did.
We did.
We did.
We did. So
we had a little brief season there.
There was a very
little
brief
mini
season 2 years ago, and then last year we also switched too when we went to 3 p.m. So we had a short season last year. And then
I see
started
what's
a new
going
season.
on here. Because sometimes I'll look at like somebody on the plane. They spent the whole 8 hours watching a season of Survivor. Wow. How boring of a human being.
Well, I
Do you
missed it. I
have
want to see what happened.
That's another one silently I watched. Oh, that couple won. Okay.
Yeah, at no point, Eric, you thought that I should plug in my headset and watch something.
I'm telling you, I did, but my ears, I can't, those headphones that have those things you're supposed to jab inside of your ear, it hurts me. My ears are just not built for it. So it just hurts. So I tried.
Well, next time, bring, again,
I
as
could
Autumn
have
mentioned
but
before.
hey, I saw Survivor. I saw the whole damn thing.
Bring
What, you
your
gotta listen to that?
The headphones that you're wearing right now will fit perfectly on the plane.
Yeah, but they don't cancel the noise.
They don't cancel
Well,
the noise, but they sound better than.
I
putting the thing in
I don't want to cancel the noise. When you have tinnitus, you welcome outside noise. Like remember that craze in the 70s where you, what's that sensory deprivation?
Oh yeah,
you go down those tanks and you
Altered states.
float in salt and
Yeah.
I'll bet you I would be out of that tank in 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I'll bet you
Aaron
my
Rodgers does that.
I'll bet you my tinnitus would be.
Maybe you wouldn't hear it.
I wonder. But I think that if you removed, does it actually remove the sensation itself of hearing, or does it just remove any sound?
But then you're in there and it starts, and it would
Oh, my
probably
God.
just compound on itself.
Oh yeah, it would be terrible. I'll be like living inside of a bass drum. And then like whoever was running the thing would walk out for a sandwich or something. He's in there, he's fine, and I'll be banging on them. Let me out.
You can hear sound in there. It's like it goes up above your ears, so you're hearing the sound inside the water. So it's like a very womb experience.
That I could probably deal with.
So yeah, it's like
yeah, that's fine. The
How do you not
tinnitus
fall
is fine.
asleep and drown?
Because
you
you're in
float,
salt.
because it's
You're
super
full.
buoyant.
Yeah, you're on. It's like the
Just
Dead
don't turn
Sea.
over, you know.
Well, if you're asleep, you might. I don't know. I don't think
you
you really
just get comfy
can.
and like.
Nobody remembers that movie Altered States, but it was a big deal when it came out
Yeah.
because it was such a wild thing. And there was a couple of years where it was kind of a thing in America. I think people were doing it.
People were doing it just a few years ago. They called it float. There were those
give it a
places
new
called
name?
Float.
No one was turning into a primate in the tank like
Well,
the actor in that movie.
not quite as altered of a state.
Right.
It was a famous actor. It was a blonde guy.
John.
Hurt? Not John
Yeah,
Hurt.
yeah,
No,
John
no,
Hurt.
I don't-
Krasinski.
no, I think it was. No, it was not the Unabomber.
It was Blair Brown and
John Krasinski's from The Office.
Oh, I thought you
Quietly.
meant. Who was I thinking of? Who's the-
William Hurt.
Yeah.
Who's
William Hurt.
Kaczynski.
Oh,
Kaczynski.
John, no, it was
Oh, it's so close.
It is so close.
I mean, we should just arrest John Krasinski just in case.
Well, people wanted to arrest me because I look like at least when I was younger, I looked like the FBI sketch of the Unabomber.
Weird Al. That's what that looks
It looked like that as well. All right. I think it's time for a lot of changes, but not changing this, for heaven's sakes. We have to learn our words.
Word of the day.
Effluvium. Effluvium.
Effluvium.
That's the new virus that's going around, right?
Yeah, but they don't want
Birds and
anybody to hear
cows.
about. They don't want nobody to hear about it. That's what George told me. They don't want anybody to hear about that new effluvium.
The quintemic.
Is that?
Take your hydroxychloroquine and.
It's
Yeah,
either
there's
that or the
always
quad
another. I
demo.
don't. There's between the government pretending things aren't happening and conspiracy theorists telling me things are always happening. I don't know. I end up in like this nonplussed sort of situation. Eric,
You
I don't
can't
wanna
be
go.
constantly freaked out. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yes, you
you can't
can.
keep it up.
Well, you can try, but then you become mental like everybody else in this world, this country right now. Absolutely mental. Effluvium is it's a good way to start the new year in a classy way, because I wonder what kind of jokes you folks are going to come up with effluvium. I think I know, not me, because I'm, as I just said, classy. Effluvium is an invisible emanation, especially an offensive exhalation or smell. Byproduct, especially in the form of waste.
Oh.
So that would be an invisible gas that doesn't smell good. That would be
effluvium.
And let me tell you something. This is another thing. As I was leaving Spain, everybody was getting like this little cold while we were there, and the whole family and I knew it wasn't going to be a bad cold. I knew I was going to get it because everybody was getting it, but everybody was getting it and sort of getting over it in 48 to 72 hours. Well, didn't I get it so that it really hit the tickle in the throat whole thing when? The morning that I have to sit on a plane for 8 hours. So I spent the first 8 hours, I went through 3 full packages of Hall's Mentholyptus. And I'm because I don't want to be the guy on the plane.
That's always
yeah, like you know how people are. You know how people are now.
Yeah, it's the worst.
And it was just this tickle. It was that type of thing where it's just getting started. That scratchy tickle. It's very difficult. So I'm just like popping the stuff.
You're not supposed to have more than 12 a day.
Well, that's what I was wondering about. Once we got at a certain point, I thought, boy, there must be some sort of side effect to continually.
Overdosing on cough drops.
I had a few different brands, so it wasn't all Halls. It was 3 different kind of. But I went through 3 boxes of these things, and and then I was thinking, and one of them was like gummy a little bit, and I thought, oh, what about that? And then my stomach started to go.
A little cough drop.
I don't know what was going on. I was starting to get filled up.
Menthol toxicity, nausea, vomiting, headache, drowsiness. Oh, drowsiness. Maybe you thought that was the jet lag.
Yeah, well, maybe I was toxic. There's no doubt. The amount that so it ended up when
you were mentholated.
Let me just say this. I got lucky on the flight back, which was a wonderful flight. Hardly any. They don't call it turbulence anymore at Delta. They call it rough air. If we hit rough air. So there was very little rough air. And it was a nice, pleasant flight. All the people around me were pleasant. And boy, did I realize that I was filling up with the gas. And I got lucky. So I had a couple of test runs. No smell.
Rough air?
No smell.
Minty effluvium?
No smell.
Oh.
And I got so.
Oh, you were that guy on the plane?
No, I got so lucky. I passed gas from JFK to Hartsfield Jackson, and no one around me had any idea because the plane sound is loud enough, and I was being very. But I don't know what I would have done if the first test run would have yielded nasty results, because I wouldn't be that guy. I would not be that guy.
Gotta go to the lavatory, take care of business.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have done, because there wasn't a lot of business to be done. It really was just
effluvium.
As if it was effluvium, is what it was. And I just got very lucky that it was absolutely scentless.
You're positive it was absolutely scentless? Sometimes people go,
someone will let you know if people know.
First of all,
believe me,
you know me, and this nose. Okay,
That's true.
Smells do not get past this nose. And I will not be that person. No one around me had any idea, but it was a lot, and they don't know. They don't know what they're breathing. There's a lot of that air is cycling like crazy.
Think about it. That was inside of your body, and now it's in someone's nose.
Of course, of course. Well, it's so I don't know what I would have done if the test run would have come back negative. I don't know what I would have done. I would have exploded on the plane. But as it was, I was able to be comfortable and not make any of my fellow passengers uncomfortable. So that was the first great thing that happened to me in the year 2025.
Effluvium.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
you, Jesus.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
Belinda Skelton here with Dr. Ashraf with the Atlanta Vision Institute, and I'm a proud recipient of the laser optics procedure because it literally changed my life. I went from wearing glasses and contacts and not being able to see leaves on trees clearly, being tired when I read books at night, tired when I worked on the computer for long hours at a time. And I know that you hear a lot of this, Dr. Ashraf.
Yes, Belinda, I hear all these accolades all the time from patients. It is truly a life-changing procedure. This will not give you x-ray vision. However, if you want to get rid of the hassle of glasses and contacts and want to improve the quality of your life, this is a great procedure for you.
Go to 2020atlanta.com to find out more information. Take the quiz. See if this procedure is a good option for you. That website again is 2020atlanta.com. Your medical insurance may cover it.
We are here with the CFP Matthew Decker of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL. And Matt, with the new calendar year upon us, I want to propose a what-if question to you and get your reaction. So, Matt, what if we finally go into a recession this year? Now what?
I want to say market volatility, probably not as bad a thing as you might think. Volatility actually creates opportunity. And so if your plan is to try to time the market, you're going to time when you get in and when you get out, trying to avoid some future recession, I'd say good luck. That's really difficult to do. A better strategy would just be to assume that a recession is coming and then make sure that you're comfortable riding out that storm and riding out that market downturn. If you're not actually comfortable with those feelings, if you're not comfortable riding it out, then I would say, okay, might be time to take some risk off the table.
Matt, we know you don't have that crystal ball, but it's always important to have a plan for the what-ifs in life. I got one more for you. What if I'm ready to make the call? How can I reach out to you and the team at the Vincent Financial Group?
I would love it if you called us today. Our number, 770-280-1488. Again, 770-280-1488. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit down and try to learn all about you. You might bring in a big folder with some statements. We may not even open those statements because that first meeting is all about who you are, where you're going, what's important to you, and how can we help keep you out of the two ditches on the side of the road, fear and greed, and get you to the retirement plan that you want for yourself.
That's 770-280-1488. That initial consultation, no cost, no obligation from the team at the Vincent Financial Group, 770-280-1488. And we invite you to join us for Retire ATL, Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on WSB.
By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products, including annuities, offered through Matthew Decker, Georgia Insurance License Number 2880209. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties.
Start fresh this year. Take better care of your HVAC system and save money. Dave Baker here. Do you know starting at just $16.99 a month, a Coolray maintenance plan will keep your system running smoothly all year long? But if it's time for a new system, Coolray can install a new Carrier home comfort system that comes with a lifetime parts and labor warranty, which means $0 in repair costs for the life of your system. Simply schedule your appointment at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
You get up every morning and make it all work. You make the hospitals and the labs work. You keep the shelves stocked, the cash registers ringing, the production lines producing. At Vestas, we have the uniforms and workplace supplies you need to do what you do every day. When you think uniforms, floor mats, first aid kits, restroom supplies, think Vestas. Vestas, uniforms and workplace supplies for the people who make it all work. Learn more at Vestas.com.
Hello, Mr. Von Hessler. My name is Anna, and I listen to your show all the time with my dad, and I've learned a lot of words from the show. But my favorite one is octopodes.
See, that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen.
We're teaching.
You have these people listening to the show. Oh, they just go on and on about nothing. Ha ha. We're teaching a father and a daughter bonding together, learning new words. Octopodes.
I listen to the show.
You're not gonna. Come on. She's gonna make fun of the young lady. Is that what's gonna happen?
Pretty cool.
She even did the impression of the robotic voice that delivers the word of the day.
Yes, absolutely. Did she give her name?
She did not give her name.
Anna. Yeah, she did.
Oh, she did.
Let me hear.
Hello, Mr. Von Hessler. My name is Anna, and I listen to your show all the time with my dad, and
awesome.
I've learned a lot of words from the show.
Listen to Autumn.
But my favorite one is octopodes.
Autumn has become so
I'm
cynical.
talking to myself as a young person. This is me listening to talk radio. There was a guy in radio that was around. His name was like Paul something.
Yeah. Do you remember a Paul?
Yeah,
Somebody
Paul's,
was there a Paul?
Yeah.
It
was real dirty, kind of. And
he was like,
he was
Paul.
in Atlanta. He was an Atlanta guy.
Yeah, great. I mean, one of the best. I think he's in the Hall of Fame.
I feel like if
Paul something or other.
Paul something or other.
Yeah.
He used to do a lot with the bells, as I recall.
If Dave Baker was here, he'd be like, I know who it is.
He probably knew him personally. He had to fire Paul.
Yeah, you're out of
Anyway,
here,
I
Paul.
went and met him, and I got
Paul,
a
what's your
signature.
name?
Yeah. See, that's excitement right there. You should be so thankful that there's somebody who is really excited.
You say that it's not a sports show, but I don't mind, I guess.
A lot about sports.
Half the people who work here no longer are interested in radio. Yeah, it's nice to have some fans who are actually
I
excited.
don't really understand what radio is. My dad says it's in the car. I don't know.
Octopodes.
Well, Anna, I appreciate you. And I don't know about Autumn. I don't know if you meet Autumn. Might want to get her autograph or not.
Yeah.
Autumn's so cynical. She doesn't remember. She can't even listen to a voice like that who's not jaded by the world yet. Oh, it'll happen.
I feel like people are pretty good, I guess.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? What's wrong
people
with that?
just want, peace and understanding.
Words. Yeah, it's nothing. and the beauty of learning new words.
Yeah.
I can tell that she's got a great father as well because not cynical.
It's my least favorite part of this show.
But she
They
likes
fight
it.
about what's good about
I
it.
know all the words.
There he goes with them words.
Yep, always with the words.
Anna and Dad appreciate you. Thank you.
Also, while playing open mics, people loved our Christmas special, guys.
This open mic is for the Von Hessler Doctrine. Congratulations on an amazing Christmas special this year. That was the best one yet. I've listened to it twice, and I will probably go for a third. Way to go, guys. That was just perfect. Perfect. It is 39.9 degrees, 9:21 a.m. on New Year's Day 2025.
Well, Happy New Year.
I got a ton of positive feedback.
No, I felt good about it. It was the first
so
Christmas
fun.
special I didn't walk away from thinking like, ugh.
It was a lot of fun.
I need a shower.
No, it was a good blend of a little bit of artifice, but the actual show that people are used to day to day. So, I was happy with it myself. And you know what? Unlike Autumn, I'll bet you that Anna and her father enjoyed it.
I thought it was really great. I love
There were no words this time.
Did it? Her dad's not Gary Busey, for instance.
They didn't have any acronyms either.
All right. Well, Happy New Year to all. Did they play it a bunch over the?
It played twice while we were gone. So Christmas and I believe
Why not a third?
New Year's Day as well.
Well, it would be 3 times if you
Count the
consider
live
the
one.
first time. The
3
first
times
time.
if you're nasty.
3 times if you're nasty. That's right. What's going on with you in this new year? Have you? Yeah. Yes. Are you happy about 2025? Are you looking forward to the rest of 2025? Are you like, not another one? How you feeling about it?
I think it's a little bit of a mixed bag. The same thoughts that I had before in 2024 are still there, where it's like, wow, everything on the big scale sucks, but everything close is great.
So that's right. That's what you have to do. You have to, and that really kind of affects the show too. For the people who get upset with the Von Hessler Doctrine because we don't talk about the things that are being talked about on CNN or Fox News or MSNBC that day too much. I mean, we do sometimes, but for those people who feel that there's just not enough of that, doesn't he know there's 7 things that everybody's talking about today? Why the hell?
The 7 big stories you must know.
7 big story. What? I would say that you will like the show less and less as 2025 because, and I'm not to make light of this at all. I mean, it's kind of a serious sort of thing, but I didn't watch any news. I mean, I watched some Spanish television, morning shows, and my wife wasn't around, so I had no idea, what they were saying. And I kind of enjoyed that, trying to figure out what was going on. But I didn't watch no news, none, for the entire time that I was away, whether I was here or whether I was in Spain. And then, of course, I checked in and was horrified, of course. And there's just nothing that this show can do about the world. And I guess there's a reason I didn't choose to be a politician. I'm not built for it. And it's up to the politicians of this country and the world to figure this out. But I've said it before, if we have to be the dance band on the Titanic, damn it, that's what we'll be. You're right, Autumn. So let's focus on the here and now and the people around us and the people that we love who let us down a little bit. But, we can put up with that because, they have good qualities as well. Focus
They're not
on
trying
that.
to bomb us.
Yeah, and this show is gonna, if we have to be the dance band on the Titanic, that's what we'll be. I'm gonna enjoy this life.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
This is Andy Harris, President of Coosa Valley Credit Union, with a personal invitation for you to join our newest branches in Woodstock, Canton, or Dallas. We've been in business in Northwest Georgia for 70 years, and we're proud to now offer kinder banking to Cobb, Cherokee, and Paulding County, where you'll always speak to a real person. With 11 locations, Coosa Valley Credit Union is always local and nearby. Experience kinder banking and stop in a Coosa Valley Credit Union branch near you.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Is shopping for health coverage confusing? Georgia's got you covered. Georgia Access is our state's program for all residents to find quality, affordable health insurance. At georgiaaccess.gov, you can explore a variety of plan options. You may even qualify for no-cost coverage. Open enrollment is happening now. Visit georgiaaccess.gov today. Georgia Access. Health insurance. The Georgia way.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top local story, the Arctic blast arriving in Atlanta. The morning rain is gone. Now it is just getting cold.
In addition to the temperatures, the wind will be gusting 35 miles per hour, so the wind chills
will be in the 20s for much of the day.
Expect a hard freeze every night this week, and there is a chance of wintry precipitation on Friday into Saturday, but that forecast remains uncertain, so check back for updates throughout the week. Right now, it is 36 degrees in Atlanta. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Now is the time to make sure your house is ready for the freezing weather.
Make sure outdoor hoses are detached from the spigot and make sure any vents to the crawl space are closed. Just a few of the things that Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix-It Show, says you need to do ahead of freezing weather. He says it's also a good idea to make sure that you have carbon monoxide detectors and that they're working, especially if you have a fireplace.
You're building a fire in your house on purpose, so you need to have all the safety features around that, and a CO detector by your fireplace is always a good thing.
And when dripping those faucets, he says make sure you drip both the cold and hot water. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Rudy Giuliani is found in contempt of court for failing to properly respond to requests for information to settle a $148 million defamation judgment granted to two former Fulton County election workers. Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss won their case against Giuliani for spreading lies about them after the 2020 election. The results of the 2024 presidential election are now official. Reporter Stephen Portnoy says the certification comes during a joint session of Congress.
Pursuant to the Constitution,
Vice President Harris began the proceeding, which lasted just 30 minutes.
Madam President,
in alphabetical order, the electoral votes from each of the states were read aloud. Republicans cheered whenever a Trump-won state was announced. Democrats did the same when electors for Harris were read. The final word came from her.
Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes.
Members of both parties gave Harris a standing ovation. Her formal declaration of the tally tees up Trump's inauguration 2 weeks from today.
Thousands paid their respects to former President Jimmy Carter.
I'm Jim Crisule in Atlanta. Passing by the flag-draped coffin of former President Jimmy Carter lying in repose at the Carter Presidential Center was emotional for Beatrice Johnson. The 59-year-old woman has a connection to Mr. Carter.
My grandfather is Bishop William Decker Johnson, and his life inspired Jimmy's early life. Jimmy writes about him in many of his books. And so by the time we got to the end where he was in repose, I couldn't hold it anymore. I'm sorry.
Johnson told me not having ever met Jimmy Carter is one of her biggest regrets in life.
President Carter's body will be flown to Washington, D.C. tomorrow for the official state funeral on Thursday. The post office in Plains, Georgia, now renamed in honor of Jimmy and Rosalind Carter. It's among a number of bills signed by President Biden over the weekend. The U.S. Postal Service facility on Main Street in Plains will be known as the Jimmy and Rosalind Carter Post Office. The bill signing happened just days after Carter died at his home at the age of 100. One person is dead after a two-vehicle crash on a busy stretch of Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Atlanta. This man who lives nearby in the Florida Heights neighborhood tells Channel 2 Action News people tend to drive too fast in this area.
Very dangerous, and besides the curb, coming through the curb, people come through here doing 60, 65, 70 miles per hour.
The 27-year-old woman driving one of the vehicles died. An adult and infant in the other car are injured and now in stable condition. Atlanta police are not expecting to file any charges. New technology to help solve crimes in Marietta.
Marietta police have a new app to allow anonymous tips.
Our residents can now get alerts saying that there is a road closure or that there's some police activity, but more importantly, from their own smartphone, they can immediately and anonymously send photos, videos, or text with a tip about criminal activity.
Marietta Police spokesman Chuck McPhillamy says police can respond to any messages and the tipster can decide if they want to respond again. He says you can use the app even if you simply drive through Marietta during the week. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 4:04 and the Von Haessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now it is live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Good afternoon, Bill. Watching the volume pick up on 285. We'll check the north side perimeter. 285 westbound filling in out of the Dunwoody from Ashford Dunwoody Road, passing Roswell Road in Sandy Springs. Then you really slow 285 south, the outer loop in Cobb County from South Cobb Drive down to I-20, the West Freeway. Into Cobb County, 285 east and southbound. You're watching those brake lights fill in from Beaufort Highway in Doraville. Not going to break free till you get down past East Pont in the Clarkston area. With a check of the ride downtown, Sydney Darden, Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, that back from holiday traffic definitely picking up. 75, 85 southbound. You are slow from the top of the connector all the way down through Midtown. The good news is, though, you do see some relief by the time you get to the middle of the Grady curve on the opposite side of that. 75, 85 northbound looks a lot better. Leaving downtown, you are clear riding through Midtown. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy skies and breezy this evening. The wind gust still around 35 miles per hour as temperatures drop into the mid-20s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, sunny but cold, high 39. Wednesday morning lows in the low to mid-20s, daytime highs in the upper 30s.
Right now, 36 in Peachtree Corners, 33 in Ackworth, and 37 in Riverdale. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. Hope you're listening, Anna and Dad. By the way, I've decided that without really realizing it, I used the word of the day already. In my
Effluvium.
When I was explaining my flight, as you recall, I won't go through it again.
Effluvium.
I was explaining the details of my flight from JFK to...
You were crop dusting the people behind you.
I was not, because if you don't know, it's like it's not happening. It was scentless.
Effluvium.
Scentless crop dusting. Got it.
Look, have you been crop dusted if you don't know there's a crop or dust? And
Effluvium.
besides, how can you crop dust when you're in the plane? For heaven's sake.
Sound of one farting.
Yeah, it might. Yes, same thing.
One cheek
I
clapping.
like the Taoism. I like the Zen of all of this. Absolutely, that's what was happening there. It was me and the universe communicating. It was really quite a beautiful thing, actually. The universe said, "You know what, Eric? We're going to let you off the hook. You don't have to explode on this plane. Just let it go. It's scentless. No one will know."
Did you spread the cheeks?
No, I was trying to. No, I was.
Well, because then it
sitting-
doesn't make a noise.
I was in a seat. I mean, people might have said that guy's moving around a lot, but I'm a guy with tall, I'm a long-legged
That's true.
dude.
They'd be like, "Oh, he's just tall. He's uncomfortable."
That's what it is. He's just
His
uncomfortable.
wife really tricked him and said
Yeah.
that he was getting a better seat.
Yeah, surely he's not just emitting bodily gases from JFK to Ernstfield Jackson.
I think this year, for the next time you travel, Eric, just do the lay flat seats. You're at the point now where I think
thought
you
he
can do
would,
this.
but
there was one point where I said, on the way back, I don't care how much it cost, see if you can get us up and it was like literally would have been like $6,000.
Okay, that's a lot.
And I thought,
buy in advance.
I could handle it.
They have them available, and they still charge that much?
I don't know that they did, but we found out what the price would be, and then it was just like, so at some point, it's like, 8 hours of pain. It's over in 8 hours. So, the hell with it. We'll go with it. So, word of the day has been done. That word was again?
Effluvium.
That's right. And I saw that they counted the votes, the electoral thing, January 6th.
The election has been certified.
I saw that VP Kamala Harris gave some sort of speech. I don't know that I want to hear it afterward, but my guess is I'll bet she wasn't smug about it at all, about what a wonderful person she is because she knows how to do this day the right way and other people. Boy, surely she wasn't smug about it at all.
I mean, it just seems like some people have made a choice.
Do you have
And that choice has been made.
The peaceful transfer of power is one of the most fundamental principles of American democracy. As much
Webster's
as any other
dictionary
principle,
defines
it is what
transfer.
distinguishes our system of government from monarchy or tyranny.
Oh, now I'm kind of interested in what you're doing.
Oh, the old Howard Stern bit. Yeah, that's all I hear now from these politicians. It's not just her. Most of them.
The act of moving something or someone to another place. And that's what we're doing. The transfer of peaceful transfer
Proud
of
Boys, get
power
out there.
is the transfer.
Stand up, Proud Boys.
Stand down.
Stand down.
Hey, let's play a
Put
little.
away your pitchfork. Not happening.
Let's play a little game here, and no sex ideas because I won't have that because then people go, oh, that Von Haessler because she's a woman vice president. She's not going to have that kind of show because I know what I think. Let's take guesses at what Kamala will be doing 3 years from now. I'll just leave with mine. President of some university somewhere. That's my guess.
Okay. Governor of California.
Ah. whenever that
26.
So okay,
Before
interesting.
it falls off into the ocean.
I hear that that's going to happen. I've been hearing that my whole life, but is it you or somebody else in my life that's telling me it's imminent? That California is going to
scientists.
implode on itself or something.
Yeah.
Los Angeles will no longer exist. That's what people are telling me now.
Back into the ocean it goes.
Before we get to Jared, George Clark, have you thought about it enough?
I'll go out on a limb, maybe The View or something.
The View,
Similar?
good. I like it. I like it. Could you be on The View, Kamala? Would you be able to?
I think the view is very important. You know, we have to get a dialogue going.
Yeah, I'm
Women
glad
just
you're
talk
here.
at each other.
I'm
for
glad
4
you're
hours.
here, Kamala. I voted for you. You're funny as hell.
Well, what I think is important is that we talk. And there's a dialogue and a communication. You know, when you talk to each other, there's a peaceful transfer of communication.
That's good. Jared,
I was
where
going,
do you see
going a
Kamala
similar
Harris?
direction to George there. I was going to say MSNBC talk show host.
Like a weekend thing? She's not going to
She
want to do
wants
a
to make
daily
money,
deal.
I could see her on the weekend. She would probably
Her
get.
husband's made of money.
Yeah.
They've got money. I think just to stay relevant, a weekend thing like Sharpton. He doesn't do every
or
day.
like a
right?
Jen Psaki kind of
Is that
gig.
Is that weekends or is that?
I
every-
believe Jen Psaki's only Sundays.
Okay,
I believe.
All right, one of those deals. Autumn. Any?
She's going to be like Rachel Ray. She's going to have a cooking show.
Oh, hey, you know what? That is a great.
Cooking with Kamala.
You know what? That is a great. Did you get that trailer that I sent from the new Meghan Markle
I sure
Netflix
do have
show?
it. No,
My
talk about
goodness.
out of touch.
I just it's entertaining. It's so.
It's a train wreck.
This woman is so. What's the right term?
Out of touch.
Up her own butt.
Yeah, well, but self-absorbed, just so. I mean, you know how they like the child psychologists. They've figured out that until you're like 4 years old, you believe the world revolves around you, and then we grow out of that. But Meghan Markle never did. How many things can she fail at? And Netflix throws more money at her. And this is a show. Have you seen this, Autumn?
Yeah.
This is a show where it's about she does nice little things like make cakes for her friends. And we're supposed to tune in to this because why? I don't know if we can play the whole trailer, but it's wildly entertaining to me because it is so tone deaf, I guess. Just that she has no problem with, very early on, somebody in this says to her that this is the most magical moment of her life or something to that effect just because she's sitting with her. And Megan's like, I know. I know. Play this.
Let's go. I've always loved taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it.
Like yourself?
Surprising people with moments that let them know I was really thinking of them.
Oh, wow. Nobody does that but you.
What? This is probably one of the most glamorous moments of my life.
It's magic!
Oh, look at
I'm
that.
gonna share some little tips and tricks. I see what color I gravitate to, and everything goes from there.
I pick lint
to incorporate these practices
from my
every day.
navel. I pick
That's what
lint
you
from my
want. You want
navel.
that shape and texture. Come on. This is about connecting with friends.
What?
I love that we're doing this together for the first time. Making new friends.
Yeah.
That is so good.
We're family now.
And then she's in like
learning.
she's in a beekeeper outfit. Look
how much honey we have.
Do you believe in
Look how much honey we have. Pursuit of perfection. Woke us all up.
Also, this trailer's
in the
way too long.
pursuit of
Oh,
joy. Love is in the details. I have to do it totally wrong to get it totally right.
Oh my goodness. Your life is a Hallmark card.
Yeah.
And a whole
That's
thing.
what we made.
Okay, it's enough.
Yes.
Enough. The audience is.
What I like to do for my friends is I like to get to know what the first letter of their name is. And I find a keychain with that letter. And it's just so special. You know, I just give it to them.
Yeah, wow. You know what? That's glamorous.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
it's so personal too. Personal. And that's what I like to do. Look at all this honey.
Look at how much money I make.
Look at all this. That's what she said. Look at all this money. I mean, money.
Isolate that. Look how much honey we made.
Did she say that in there?
Yeah, because
Look how much
she's just
honey. Oh, honey. Okay.
honey.
I thought
No,
it
she
was.
was like
dressed-
pulling up sacks of money with Netflix.
In reality, though, that's what we're all thinking, though.
Yeah.
But she's all these friends of hers are like millionaires. They act, we're just hanging out.
Yeah, there's no one from a trailer park hanging out.
Look how much money we made.
I saw this pebble on the side of the road when I was on my way to see my friend, my good friend Melissa. And I said, you know what, this pebble, I put it in my shoe on the way here.
That's glamorous.
And then I said, you know what, this shoe and this pebble are like our relationship. And I thought that was just a really good representation of us, me and Melissa.
That means so much to me. Who are the people? Look how much money we made.
Where's her husband? Is he involved?
There's like a brief moment. He like they toast champagne
FaceTimes.
together or something.
Go to the bathroom.
Yeah, Harry's limited. He only gets so much screen time.
Well, she's realized. Now the thing is, he's bringing me down. Right? I would have been. All these ventures would have been successful, but this prince is bringing me down. I don't know. I find her just wildly entertaining because she just has no self-awareness.
It's confounding.
It is. It is confounding. That's a great word for it. And it is. It's like it's not like a train wreck, but it's because she's not.
She's not like messy.
She thinks she knows what she thinks she's manipulating the world, and the entire world is going. We see right through you.
Yeah.
And also, she thinks what she's doing is special.
Yes.
And it's just ordinary.
Yeah, you're not inspirational.
Yeah.
I guess
I made a
nothing's-
cake for my friend's birthday.
Nobody ever went up to MLK and
Magical.
said. No one ever went up to MLK and said, "You're not very inspirational." Like he really was. Like he went out there, he inspired people. She thinks that she is inspirational.
I think that this is going to help her podcast. This is going to be good for
Is
her.
she going to do it?
If she ends up doing.
What is the contract? Was it like you can just maybe do this and we'll still give you so much money?
I think I don't know.
There's like 4 episodes, and one was like the preview. And then the
this is all the things we're going to do.
Guys, don't forget she also was the narrator for one of those Disney animal shows.
Terrible.
Oh, boring.
The elephants.
The penguin
The elephants.
thought the elephants don't make honey.
I've shot a runway.
Shh, honey? No, this is my thing.
The horn is in our
Shut
living
up.
room. The head, the entire
Used
head.
it as an
Get out of my room.
aphrodisiac, I believe.
Well, I
Is it?
grind it up a little. And,
We got to isolate that. Look at how much honey you make.
Look at that.
A psychotic person. Alex Williams is checking 85 into Gwinnett County.
Hey, good afternoon, Eric. Welcome back to you and the Doctrinaires. Right now, I-85 northbound, not awful out of DeKalb into Gwinnett County, but we are seeing those brake lights filling in from 285 up toward about Beaver Ruin Road. Budget about 20 minutes from 285 up to Highway 316. 400 northbound, only a few brake lights in Sandy Springs from Abernathy up to Northridge. 75 northbound, you're on and off the brake pedal through Marietta into Kennesaw. The delays start just before North Marietta Parkway. Take those up to about Chastain Road. 575 looking good into Woodstock, Holly Springs, and Canton. With a check of the ride on I-20, Sydney Darden, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Well, the most of your problems is going to be over on the west side, leaving exit 49 Fulton Industrial, I-20 eastbound, on and off those brake lights headed towards 285. Opposite side of that is going to be a really slow ride leaving 285, but once you get past Fulton Industrial, not too bad. Now, over in DeKalb County, you still have that slow zone, I-20 eastbound in between Wesley Chapel and Panola, maybe due to some leftover construction cones, but just be ready for that. It does break apart, though, by the time you get to Stonecrest. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks,
terrorist attack in New Orleans.
We've got it covered.
Truck driver was a graduate of Georgia State University.
With news at the top and bottom of every hour.
The confidence is there to reopen Bourbon Street.
And when it breaks.
There is no definitive link between the attack here and the one in Las Vegas.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
At Shane Company, our engagement rings are the perfect blend of design, function, and beauty. Each one a unique work of art. We meticulously craft our bridal jewelry in our jeweler's workshop to the highest standards, expertly setting each diamond by hand, ensuring the structure is perfectly balanced, and sizing everything for the perfect fit. Shane Company offers a free unmatched lifetime warranty because your engagement ring is an heirloom that was made to last. You'll cherish your ring today, tomorrow, and forever. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man. High five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Up top, Bike Shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
It's just not normal, friends. The pain caused from chronic joint pain day after day. But some of you have dealt with that pain for so long, it's become your new normal. Short-term fixes not working. Make the decision now to say, no, not going to live with that. It's Mark Aaron back with you. Get moving again in 2025 with help from my friends at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, joint preservation. Yes, you can revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments at QC Kinetics. No steroids, no drugs, no surgery. This is the future of medicine using an array of natural solutions like PRP to attack the pain from arthritis. I want you to call QC Kinetics right now for a free consultation. Deal with joint pain now so you can make the most of the new year. Call QC Kinetics, friends, 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
If you're seeing cracks in the walls upstairs, downstairs, or outside, maybe even a door not closing, call the Foundation Repair Specialist. Hi, it's Mark Beckham here with Atlanta Ramjack, and we are your leading foundation repair experts. Set up your free estimate right now at atlantaramjack.com.
Georgia's biggest boat sale. The Discover Boating Atlanta Boat Show in partnership with Progressive Insurance docks at the Georgia World Congress Center January 9th through 12th. More boats, more brands, the latest gear, and unbeatable deals. There's no better place to buy a boat. AtlantaBoatShow.com.
Is it an open mic or did somebody just use one of the socials? Or
Yeah, it's our Von Hester Doctrine Facebook page.
do we have one of those?
We sure do.
I've never been. What is it? Is there a picture of me on there?
There's a picture of all of us on there.
Wow, how'd you guys crowd into that?
Instagram,
Whole thing.
Facebook.
We need to
X.
update it. I look like I'm 30 in it. We all look young.
That's a good
You
thing,
all,
right?
you're very photogenic, Tim Andrews.
Oh, thank you.
You always look good in photos, so doesn't matter. Take a picture of you today, you're still gonna look stunning. Yes.
Wow, look at that.
Wow, hello.
I've discovered the new me in 2025.
Full
Not
of
gonna hold it.
Honey, we have.
Oh, because I get. Because I get.
Look at how much honey we have.
I wouldn't do it to this audience, but I could listen to that all night long and just laugh.
Look at how much honey we have.
Look at how much honey we have.
I like to have friends over, and when they're over, I ask them, "Can I get you something to drink?" And they say yes. I could have some water, and then I bring them a glass. I get a glass, and I put ice in it, and then I hand it to them.
Moments.
And it's just so special.
It is, and
you know?
so glamorous.
Oh,
So inspiring.
absolutely.
I wonder how Meghan Markle, like her brain, like how does it work? Like how does she see the world? Like what's going on inside of
I
there?
am so special.
Like, she thinks I have to go out and inspire to. Like nobody finds her
I went out and got
inspiring.
my own mail.
Oh, wow. You know what? Bravo, Megan. Bravo.
Thank you.
Wow, you were so inspiring.
There was a lot of stuff in there, and I didn't really know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's something that we all struggle with, and I think it's something we should talk about.
So maybe you should take that mail, like junk mail,
Yeah.
and do some kind of origami treats and give them to your friends.
That would be so thoughtful.
Wouldn't that be great?
I'm not going to do that, but
Uh-huh.
I will ask them if they want to come over and sit
Also,
on my couch.
in that trailer, all of these things that she's making look so professional. So I got to think, who's really making this stuff?
Oh, yeah, she's not.
She's not putting these flowers together and they're coming out.
She's got
looking
Guy
like-
Fieri behind her, cooking
well,
everything.
I mean, like arranging
Wow.
flowers it's not an easy thing to do at a professional level. So it's just not like oh, this is another little thing I do. I guarantee you there's somebody else. I want to see the credits. Flower arranger. Peon.
Well, it's much like with the podcast. Remember when she was doing that, she had professional podcasters come in and fill in and ask the questions, and then she would come back
in
post and then put the question in, even though she never did the interview.
Was it her or was it Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton who had that boring thing about, we're going to go talk to empowered women. And they were all rich.
Yeah, that was Hillary and Chelsea.
They were all like these artists. None of them, worked at a cafe. No celebrating of women.
My boyfriend just got back out of jail.
No celebrating of women who raised 6 of their own kids and took in 4 orphans and worked 3. No celebrating of that.
My husband was president.
It's just like, hey, here's that artist that you see sometimes on shows like this that, she's empowered. And maybe, listen, is being empowered as a woman a good thing? Absolutely. Is it entertaining? Absolutely not.
Look at how much honey we have.
Alex Williams is watching Downtown, not for his own fun. He's doing it for you to help you navigate your way home.
Absolutely, Eric. Want everybody to get home safely this full first Monday back to work and school. 85 southbound, watching the brake lights fill in just south of Georgia 400. Gets even slower on the connector southbound from 17th Street as you make the ride down to I-20. Northbound, all delays on and off the brakes from University Avenue as you get up past Freedom Parkway. And speaking of Freedom Parkway, don't forget the processions or the viewing still in progress for Jimmy Carter. He lies in repose at the Carter Center, so just be mindful of some closures around the Carter Center east of the downtown connector. With a check of the slow spots on 285, Sydney Darden.
Well, it's really, really slow over on the west side. I-285 southbound on the outer loop. You're slow leaving South Cobb Drive, exit 15, all the way down until you connect with I-20 pretty much. And then over on the north side, I-285 westbound, again on the outer loop, headed past Sandy Springs into Cumberland. Really, really going to be on those brakes around exit 25 on Roswell Road. I would just consider maybe using 75 instead if you're on the west side. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Do you think you need to renovate your kitchen, but you're worried about the costs? Well, Frugal Kitchens can help you get $1 million looking kitchen for a fraction of the cost and 18 months, no interest financing available. The best part, they can get you back up and cooking in 5 days from the start of construction. Life happens in your kitchen. That's where you build so many memories. If you're like Christy and me, that's why we use Frugal Kitchens, and you can too. FrugalKitchens.com is the website. Go check them out. Don't forget, 18 months, no interest financing available. FrugalKitchens.com.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Scana Energy knows every home is different. That's why they have options to fit your family's needs. Kind of like my family's popcorn preferences. Mama Bear likes extra butter, the Cubs put candy in theirs, and I like it all as long as there's lots of it. Whoa! Cleanup never tasted so good. Sign up with Scana today and save up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/warm for details. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and making costly repairs. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-935-6077. 800-935-6077. 800-935-6077. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Adlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, farewell to Jimmy Carter.
We adore President Carter and all that he has done. We followed him. We love him. We thought it was a good idea to come and just pay our respects.
They are among those at the Carter Center today, paying their respects to the nation's 39th president, lying in repose at the Carter Center until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. DJ Bennett among those coming by.
He did a lot diplomatic work. He did a lot for humanity. I think his legacy as a real kind, gentle man would stand.
Mr. Carter will be flown to Washington, D.C. tomorrow, where he will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol until Thursday's state funeral. He will then be buried later that day in Plains, Georgia. It is now 35 degrees in Atlanta, frigid conditions over the next few days, and WSB's Sabrina Cupid is reporting seeing a few snowflakes on her drive home this afternoon. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. At a joint session of Congress today, Donald Trump is certified as the winner of the 2024 presidential election.
Madam President, the certificate of the electoral vote of the state of Georgia seems to be regular in form and authentic, and it appears therefrom that Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida received 16 votes for president, and J.D. Vance of the state of Ohio received 16 votes for vice president.
And that is done for all states. Vice President Harris says it was part of her constitutional duty to uphold the transition of power.
Today, I did what I have done my entire career, which is take seriously the oath that I have taken many times.
The final vote tally is Trump 321, Harris 226. Today's certification comes exactly 4 years after the January 6 riots at the U.S. Capitol during this same certification process following President Biden's victory. This just in, the U.S. has its first deadly case of bird flu in a human.
Well, bird flu case numbers in the U.S. have been rising. Most of the cases have been mild. Louisiana was the first to report a serious case of bird flu and now is the first to report a death. It was in a person who had been hospitalized with avian flu or bird flu. The person was over the age of 65 and had underlying health issues.
Reporter Alex Stone says the patient contracted bird flu after being around a backyard flock of wild birds. The FBI says the attacker who drove a truck through a crowd in New Orleans on New Year's Day used Meta smart glasses to scout the scene. The 42-year-old man stayed at a rental home in the area for 2 months before the attack and recorded video with the smart glasses as he bicycled through the French Quarter. He killed 14 people and injured dozens others, including a student from UGA. And President Biden plans to travel to New Orleans this evening. His visit comes less than a week after the deadly attack on New Year's Day. A man gets more prison time for firing shots at an Atlanta hotel days after his release.
It'll be 3 years, 1 month in federal prison for Marcus Thomas after he pleads guilty to a possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon. Atlanta police say he illegally obtained a gun and shot through a window at a travel inn located at Forest Hills Drive in July of 2022. The shooting comes just 4 days after Thomas was released from prison on an aggravated assault charge. APD officers find multiple rounds of ammo in the motel bathroom, plus the gun used in the shooting hidden in fitted bed sheets. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is resigning as leader of his Liberal Party, but will remain Prime Minister until a new leader is chosen.
Last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today.
He calls it best for the country. CNN founder Ted Turner is under treatment for pneumonia. TMZ reports Turner is recovering at a rehab center in Florida after he was hospitalized for his illness. His representative says the case was mild and he expects Turner to make a full recovery. Turner was diagnosed with a form of dementia more than 6 years ago. It is now 4:34 and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Checking the ride to the northern suburbs, Bill. I-85 northbound, seeing that merging madness leaving I-285. That's 285 eastbound. The inner loop slowed through Doraville, leaving Buford Highway, while I-85 northbound on and off the brakes up through Norcross into Duluth as you approach Pleasant Hill Road. Then another slight slow zone, 85 northbound, getting past Highway 317, Lawrenceville-Swanee. 316 eastbound, pretty slow this afternoon in Lawrenceville, starting right around Highway 124 as you make the ride out into Decula. Checking Georgia 400, Sydney Darden, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
It's not looking too great. Once you merge on from 285, Georgia 400 northbound, you're going to start on those brake lights. Not too far as soon as you get on there. They do break apart, though, well before you get to Holcomb Bridge, but still just a little bit of light brake tapping. It's cute over in the northwest, though. Leaving the Cobb 120 loop, you are on and off those brakes until you get to that 575-75 split on into Kennesaw and Ackworth. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy and cold with wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour through tomorrow morning. Those temperatures dipping down to the mid to upper 20s. Tomorrow afternoon, sunny and frigid, high 39. Wednesday, morning lows in the low to mid 20s, daytime highs in the upper 30s.
Right now, 35 in Decatur, 34 in College Park, and 33 in Buford. And once again, we might see a few snowflakes, a few flurries out there this afternoon around Metro Atlanta. More news coming up at 5 o'clock and breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man. High five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Woo. Up top, Bike Shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo.
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
It's just not normal, friends. The pain caused from chronic joint pain day after day. But some of you have dealt with that pain for so long, it's become your new normal. Short-term fixes not working. Make the decision now to say, no, not going to live with that. It's Mark Aaron back with you. Get moving again in 2025 with help from my friends at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, joint preservation. Yes, you can revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments at QC Kinetics. No steroids, no drugs, no surgery. This is the future of medicine using an array of natural solutions like PRP to attack the pain from arthritis. I want you to call QC Kinetics right now for a free consultation. Deal with joint pain now so you can make the most of the new year. Call QC Kinetics, friends. 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
All right, I believe we went a little bit astray. I was going to ask you about somebody who had written something to the show on one of the social medias.
Yeah, Lauren wrote on our Von Hess Production Facebook page. She asked if in 2025 we were going to take phone calls or not.
Oh, because I said some things are going to change.
Yeah, maybe we do a call-in segment.
I don't know. Maybe we should do one once a week. Fridays, maybe 6:30.
Open line Friday.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
No screening. Just let him in.
No, I'm not going to do
Open the
that.
gates.
I'm not going. I'm on. Listen, I got.
What do you want to say?
George has to vouch for you.
Yeah.
So you have a short conversation with George, and if George pushes you through, well, then it's on you. Then it's on you. If you start saying things that shouldn't be on the radio, you're not just hurting the show, which maybe people would want to do. Nobody wants to hurt George.
Mm-mm.
George,
Come on, please.
Come on, George. So you would be letting not only yourself but George down.
They didn't mention they were going to talk about how much they love Putin.
And how dinosaurs aren't real. Yeah. Suddenly we just keep it the same kind of...
Well, all the dinosaurs aren't real phone calls we push to the front with George screening.
That's what I'm saying. That's all he's going to get. He'll give us nothing but conspiracy theories and, the drones and the...
What happened to that story? Nobody's talking about that.
Well, how long can you talk about something you don't know what the answer is?
Erickson talked about it today. He said as soon as they put a regulation in, it stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it was all about, I think.
Most of it was just people flying drones around.
Yep.
I guess. I'll buy it until the world blows up. I don't know.
Certainly wasn't aliens.
I never thought it was aliens.
Some people did.
Well, that's ridiculous. If you can get here from Alpha Centauri,
They're just going to do a light
the closest star is Alpha Centauri, right? That's 4.5 light years away. So at the
Yes.
speed of light, which gets you to the moon in about 2 seconds, at that speed, it would take 4.5 years to get to the nearest star. So nothing is closer than that. So assuming they're not coming from that solar system, they're coming from somewhere else. And so you have all that technology, and then you get here, and it's like, ha, this will impress them. Drones?
Listen, I'm glad they put some regulations on them because I can tell you that while I was on break on the beach, people were flying.
You were in Miami.
Yes, I was down in Miami. And
looking at Argentinian, 3 generations of Argentinian women from a family all wearing thongs.
This was a common thing, and I gotta say, I don't understand in the Latin culture. Like I'm all for it. If you want to be out there and show your body, that's fine. You're with hundreds of people on the beach.
That's more of a German culture than
it is. German, and that's why Argentina.
Yeah.
I guess I have no idea why a family would think it's a good idea for your 12-year-old daughter to be wearing a thong bikini, but also for the mother who has other kids running around to be wearing a thong bikini. And then you look over.
Thought.
No, hold on.
Break your puritanical chains.
It gets better on them because a lot of people are traveling there on holiday to get away from the summer in Argentina. So then you would have daughter, mother, and then grandmother will be wearing the thong as well too, the thong bikini. And I'm like, what, are you just trying to put this on display for everybody?
Sounds like paradise to me.
Yeah.
I think
Where was it?
It's the 3 states of ass.
Yeah.
It really is. Yes.
This thong wearer is too old. This thong wearer is too young.
It's
This thong wearer is
just right. Hey, is that a raisin wearing a thong?
That's what it looks like. There were a lot, and bless their hearts, kid. If you want to be comfortable, if you want to rock, if you want to go,
Now,
out
what
there,
you needed, what I wanted to see is like grandpa, dad, and the son all
Speedos,
all wearing Speedos,
banana hammock. I did not see any of that, but the other annoying thing that was on the beach, speaking of the drones, was people were flying these drones all up in your business, and
that's not right. That shouldn't
regulation.
be legal.
And they're, of course, they've got the camera, so you don't know if they're recording or not. But they're flying.
Well, you're
over
in
the
public.
beach.
I get that you're in public. So if they're up high above you, you're in public. So you don't really have any right to privacy. But if they're getting close to your things, I mean, if some other person got close to your things, you get upset about it.
Of course. And I'm like reading a book. Tina's reading a book next to me.
Oh, what books were you guys reading?
I was reading
Dostoevsky, Tolstoy,
Democracy in America, de Tocqueville. So,
oh, look at you!
Yeah, picked it up. So finally started that one.
I never read it. Everything I read references it. I'm like, well, I've read enough. I've read enough stuff that's referenced
Great Experiment.
I feel like I know it.
Sort of long-winded.
1700s, right? He came over from France, and he went back and he wrote how great Americans are. And nobody in France listened, but America, we love it.
That's right.
Like I bet you go to France, they're like, I'm gonna read that book.
Nonsense.
In America, we love a French person who said, the Americans, they've got it going on. Isn't that basically the message? Americans, they've got it going on.
Pretty much. So it's been good so far, but while reading that, the most annoying thing was hearing this buzz in your ear constantly of drones flying next to you or around you, above you, and it's like, please put some regulation on the drones on the beach. That's all.
All right, well, you got to talk to the Miami people about that.
I guess so.
Brian Kemp can't help you with that.
I can't help, but you're not going to say that. Go to Tybee.
Damn right.
Buzzing around the lighthouse. Yeah, it's and the thing is, I do think that maybe the idea of taking calls every once in a while, but here's something I would take a call, maybe like, I mean, not to be like sexist about it or anything, but maybe like maybe your wife has a friend or something. I want to talk to a genuine Meghan Markle fan.
We've got plenty of friends.
I want to talk to somebody, and my guess is they have to be vapid women between the ages of 25 and 35 who just somehow buy into this nonsense. And I just want to hear them out.
That's
what
influence
is it?
culture, I think. You'll find people that love her.
Because she's good for clicks, because if you love or hate somebody, you still click. Isn't that a different thing than actually, I want a fan.
One of my friends is such a big
Megadhead.
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 She's such
Megadhead.
She's such a big fan that she has a TikTok account called Royal Recaps, where she recaps what Meghan
All right,
Markle has
but
done
Meghan,
during the week.
but
But is
she
that
does.
royalty in general, or is it her?
It's specifically her and Prince Harry. She could cover the other ones, Kate and
But
Charles,
she doesn't find them fascinating.
They're not as
with their
interesting as
battles
Meghan.
with cancer and all that. Boring.
Yeah, it's primarily Meghan.
Struggling through life,
Prince
trying
Harry.
to make it happen, make their appearances, through chemotherapy and boring. Meghan Markle's making cakes for her rich friends.
And she's not a
Look how much
royal
honey we
anymore.
have.
They're not royals anymore.
They are. They kept their royal
Titles?
Titles, yeah.
Oh, I thought they got
Because she goes on Oprah and she talks about how they're racist, they're terrible, whatever. And then she wrote that children's book, and it's the author is Meghan, Duchess of Essex or Sussex or whatever. You really hate it, don't you? So I would like to hear somebody tell me what I'm assuming that your wife's friend is inspired by Meghan Markle.
For sure.
How? Honestly,
I've had this same
Autumn,
conversation.
have you started your?
Yeah, wait till later.
Sorry, my.
She likes Meghan a lot.
Oh, my goodness,
I just am really into this conversation.
We got a fan right here with us.
She's just not used to the routine.
Keep going.
Been a couple weeks off.
Oh, yeah. Great.
I've gotten
Okay,
in this
but-
conversation with her multiple times because I don't find Meghan Markle to be very interesting at all. I don't dislike her.
Well,
but
we're
I don't-
talking about her, so I think saying that she's not interesting at this point, we have to take that off the table. She is interesting, but for psychological reasons, as a study.
Yeah, we're confused and we're trying to figure it out.
Like, what is going on here? This person believes she's having an effect on the world, and she is annoying everyone except for your wife's friend, it would appear.
I'll reach out to her.
Yeah, but then she'll be mad because she'll get on the show. I will not be mean, but I might be blunt, which sometimes could be confused for the same thing. Alex Williams is watching I-20 in DeKalb.
Yeah, Eric, we're watching the ride on I-20 into DeKalb County. If you're trying to get on I-20 from 285 east or northbound, the outer loop trouble just cleared out of the right lane, 285 north between Flat Shoals and I-20. Once you get onto 20 eastbound, a little sluggish between Wesley Chapel and the mall at Stonecrest. We've also had traffic light issues on Panola Road at Hillendale Drive. That's just north of I-20, jammed up there. Treat that as a four-way stop. On the West Freeway, 20 westbound, it's merging madness, leaving 285 out to Fulton Industrial Boulevard, then on and off the brakes again in through Lithia Springs. Braking free once you make that ride out into Douglasville. Checking the ride to the southern suburbs, Sidney Darden, Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
And it's just a little bit of volume in Clayton County if you're headed to or from the airport. I-75 southbound as you merge on there from that Old Dixie, as you merge on there from Old Dixie Highway. No, I was right. On towards 285, you're going to be on and off those brakes there. Now, if you are headed to the city, you might want to consider actually getting off and using Old Dixie to get through Hayville and on into downtown. This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports, Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCAA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoaching.org. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Topical.
And the theory is that these are all government drones.
Local.
So if it's 14 in Georgia, it's got to be like 25 in New York City because everything's so expensive there.
Mark Aram.
This is crazy stuff.
Tomorrow at 9.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hey, Belinda here, and I have Barry Petrie, Director of Virtual Imaging. Barry has a very interesting testimonial I want him to share with our listeners. Barry, tell us your story.
Belinda, I'm 55. I'm in good shape. I work out every day and took this job about a year ago. Unfortunately, I started having some symptoms about 3 or 4 months ago, so I decided to scan myself. Learned that I had a very high calcium score, and especially most of that was in my LAD, which you know is the Widowmaker. Long story short, I had my first stent put in about 6 weeks ago at Northside, and I feel great. I did not realize that I had lost a gear, and I've got that gear back. And I would have been one of those people that probably would have dropped dead looking perfectly healthy at 60 if I had not taken this role and did that scan.
Oh, wow. Folks, that story hits home. What are you waiting for? Go to Virtual Imaging and get a complimentary heart scan with few minimum requirements for you and your spouse. Call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or visit virtualimagingatl.com.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, Atlanta's engagement ring and wedding band destination since 1939. Why? Hand-picked diamonds that just shine brighter at a value that can't be beat. An unbelievable selection of engagement rings and wedding bands. And because we've been jewelers for generations, we can bring your dream ring to life with full custom abilities. So when it's time for the next chapter, come see Atlanta's most trusted jeweler since 1939, D. Geller & Son, in Atlanta, Kennesaw, and Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Wall cracks, window stuck, could be a foundation problem. Mark Beckham with Atlanta Ramjack, and our estimators are thoroughly trained to get you the proper evaluation for your home. Schedule your free assessment with the foundation repair experts at atlantaramjack.com.
Georgia's biggest boat sale. The Discover Boating Atlanta Boat Show in partnership with Progressive Insurance docks at the Georgia World Congress Center January 9th through 12th. More boats, more brands, the latest gear, and unbeatable deals. There's no better place to buy a boat. AtlantaBoatShow.com.
It's Eric. I don't know about y'all, but life happens in our kitchen. It's where we have our memories, our family time, our laughs. Well, you don't want a lot of downtime, but you may want to renovate your kitchen. You want one of those $1 million kitchen looks and get it at the fraction of the cost with Frugal Kitchens. They know that you've got plans for your kitchen, and they want to help you. And here's why I love them. They can have you cooking in 5 days from the start of construction and get you 18 months no-interest financing. FrugalKitchens.com. That's where you want to check them out. FrugalKitchens.com.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. When you receive a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, there's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. One of our clients, Tiffany, said, Mark Spain Real Estate was wonderful in answering any questions I had along the way. Find out what your guaranteed offer will be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Hey, your chance to win money. You're going to have the next keyword for the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 506-ish?
That's right.
507? I don't know. I guess you'll just have to stay tuned.
Can wait all the way till 5:15.
Maybe I will.
Maybe.
Maybe I'll do it right at 5. You don't know.
Maybe you'll interrupt the commercials
or
the news.
Hey, listen. You better not go away. Isn't that the idea?
Bill Caiaccio should be warned. You'll just jump right in and give the keyword in the middle of his cast.
Yeah, he'll be talking about that thing I keep hearing about, giving the tips to the cops. Right in the middle of that guy, I'll just come in. That guy was like, yeah, you could just give us tips. All right.
Don't forget, we got time for win cash.
Hey, it's the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. That's somewhere between 506 and 508.
Don't go anywhere.
Whenever I feel it, when it hits me. When it hits me, it hits me. Have we taken care of the stuff we need to take care of? We haven't left anybody hanging? Well, okay, let's do this.
It's time for studies, surveys, and polls on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Woo! Funky. That beat. Nice way to start 2025, huh? Ladies only. Fellas, get your asses off the dance floor.
This is for the ladies.
For the ladies only.
Skates.
The lady skate. Oh, look at that sexy, fine girl. She knows how to roller skate backward.
The coolest.
So
She's
talented.
The coolest. Boy, those roller skate show-offs, I hated them. Because height was terrible. Always.
You couldn't just go in a circle?
Well, yeah, but I mean, what's the fun of that?
But you always look like you're falling forward a little bit.
Yeah. And, my ears and stuff, I had no balance. I've never had balance.
You were a skater or a rollerblader? What did you prefer?
I was years before the rollerblade thing took off. By the time rollerblades took off, I was a parent. Pretty much.
It was a political thing in elementary school, whether you were a skater or whether you were a rollerblader.
Well, there used to be a funny joke that we can't tell anymore because we're more enlightened people than we used to be.
I thought it was because nobody rollerblades anymore.
Well, there's that as well.
Yeah, there's that too.
But I'd hate to build up an entire career to tell that joke and be
That's the end.
That was
Jared,
it.
do you mean like skateboarding? Because that's a skater.
No, is that what you're talking about?
No. I was talking about even before.
Hey, she knows what she's talking about because for about 3.5 minutes when she was about 14, she was a skater girl.
Yeah, skateboarding for me was more middle school. Elementary school, when you would go to the skate rink, you could choose between rollerblades or skates.
Oh, that didn't happen for me.
Oh, you didn't have the choice?
No, back in her eczema days, she was a skater.
I was a cool skater.
Were you a cool skater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ruled. I fell down.
Oh yeah,
busted
did you have
knees.
the hat halfway to the side kind of thing going on? I see you as like a Punky Brewster kind of.
No, I had like a
Punky.
tight shirt and baggy shorts.
I'll bet you were just cool. You knew
I
how
was so
cool.
cool.
Before you went out to the park, you knew how cool you were.
We didn't have a ride to the park. We would just go down people's driveways
That's how cool.
and skate to the BP up the street to get our friend to buy us cigarettes.
Was this when you had your spoon, too?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! My
She was
spoon.
cool.
I was so cool.
You know how cool
I
I
didn't even know
am?
what drug was.
Do you know how
What's
cool
drug?
Your
crack spoon.
You know how cool I am? I opened up studies, surveys, and polls. Commercial time. We haven't even gotten anywhere near them, but we will. We will. And also that 5K a day bonus blitz keyword. That's all coming up. Alex Williams is watching 285 on the west side.
Yeah, all brake lights here, Eric. 285 southbound, the outer loop starting in Smyrna Vinings, right around south there, just below Paces Ferry, really. That's exit number 18. No brake. You're not going to brake free until you get down to I-20, the West Freeway. 285 northbound, the inner loop in the same area. You're sluggish from Cascade Road, trying to get up to I-20. And on the north side of town, 285 westbound, it's all brake lights starting right in Sandy Springs at Georgia 400. And you're going to stay slow pretty much over to I-75 in Cobb County. Checking the ride on I-285 in Cobb County, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really, really slow crawl for you, especially if you're headed towards Cumberland. You're on and off those brakes, leaving 285, leaving exit 25 on until you get to that 75 merger. Also, once you pass that, slow on and off those brakes, 285 northbound after you get on from South Cobb until you get into Vinings. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for your expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
On air,
Online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Thank you, Jesus. The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-2798.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're treating the untreatable. Using a patient's unique genetic makeup, our researchers are developing personalized cancer vaccines that help stimulate the immune system to better fight the disease and prevent it from recurring. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
When you open a garage door, you realize we live in magical times. People used to live in huts made from dung. Now we have houses so big there's a special door on the front so you can drive your car right inside. And the door opens itself by magic when you're still half a block away. Imagine telling that to the townsfolk who had to yank open the castle drawbridge with a giant chain every time the king felt like a stroll. So why doesn't your garage door do all the magical, wonderful things we've worked 4.5 billion years to invent? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. We repair broken or stubborn garage doors and get them working like new. Better parts, fresh lubrication, full service, good as new. Magical times. You don't have to live every day with an awesome thing that isn't awesome just because it needs to be fixed. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Magical times.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, bitter cold air moving in, and it is here for a while.
Another hard freeze for Wednesday and Thursday morning with lows in the low 20s. Some of us may actually reach the teens for Wednesday and Thursday mornings.
There is a chance of wintry precipitation on Thursday into, Friday into Saturday, but there's still some uncertainty about the forecast, so check back for updates throughout the week. Right now, it is 35 degrees in Atlanta, and meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. With freezing weather moving in, make sure your house is ready.
Like closing outside vents, detaching outdoor water hoses, and it might be a good idea to drip those faucets inside, says Home Fix-It host Dave Baker. And he points out,
hot water does not stay hot in the pipes when you're not using it. You need to run both lines. If you're going to drip water at night, you should drip both sides.
and Baker says it's a reminder that we all need to make sure our homes are properly insulated and also double check those smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
People in Atlanta pay their respects to former President Jimmy Carter.
I'm Jim Crisul in Atlanta. It's an indication the respect Jimmy Carter earned worldwide. Whitney Wolf with an observation after paying his respects as the body of the nation's 39th president lies in repose at the Carter Presidential Center.
The most fascinating thing is just seeing people from all over the world. And we're here in Atlanta. We live down the street. We heard all these different languages. We heard French. We heard Japanese.
Mr. Carter's remains will be flown to Washington, D.C. Tuesday, ahead of an official state funeral Thursday.
Jimmy Carter will then be buried Thursday afternoon in his hometown of Plains, Georgia. Donald Trump's election win is officially certified today, with Vice President Harris announcing the final tally.
Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris.
Trump will be sworn in 2 weeks from today. Rudy Giuliani is found in contempt of court for not turning over assets to the two former Fulton County election workers he owes tens of millions of dollars to.
The judge found that, in fact, Giuliani had not been acting in good faith, that he has been delaying things because he doesn't want to turn over what the Georgia election workers may be able to collect from him.
Former federal prosecutor Lori Levinson says Giuliani owes Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss $148 million for spreading lies about them after the 2020 election. Atlanta police are searching for suspects involved in an officer-involved shooting on Moores Mill Road overnight. The officer was attempting to make a traffic stop just before 3 o'clock this morning when the people in the vehicle started throwing things out before taking off. The officer shot at the vehicle as it sped away. It does not appear any of the suspects were struck. Marietta police launch a new app allowing residents to share tips and photos that could help solve a crime.
Imagine that you're driving north on US 41 through Marietta and you witness a collision. You don't want to pull over and wait for police, but you do want to let them know you have dash cam footage to show which driver was at fault. Now you can share that sort of information anonymously on a new app. And to Marietta's Chuck McPhillamy, it's a perfect pairing for our phone-centric society.
Being able to encourage the public to send in tips, it's going to make the community that much safer.
More than 1,000 people have already downloaded the app since its New Year's Day launch. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 5:04, and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. But right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill, picked up some new trouble if you're making the commute toward Lawrenceville on Highway 316 eastbound. Right lane crash on Highway 316 eastbound, right where you leave I-85, so that's approaching Sugarloaf Parkway. Once you get past that, it stays slow between Lawrenceville and Decula. 85 northbound on and off the brakes, leaving I-285 into Cab as you make the drive through Norcross Norcross up toward the Duluth area, breaking free right around Beaver Ruin Road. 400 northbound, slowest spot of that is in Sandy Springs from I-285. Those delays break free as well right around Northridge, exit number 6. With the check of the ride downtown, Sydney Darden, Cool Day Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, and the downtown connector really looking jammed up. 85 southbound, you're going to start on those brake lights as pretty much as soon as you merge on from 400 southbound. On the opposite side of that, 75, you are braking around Northside Drive, and you're going to stay really, really pretty much gridlocked through Midtown and even to the top of the Grady Curve. The good news is, though, it does kind of break apart a little bit by the time you get to I-20. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official heating of winter. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening. A stray snow flurry is possible, but no accumulation expected here in the metro region. But it is going to be breezy and cold for the rest of this evening. Wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Temperatures dropping down into the mid-20s for tomorrow morning with wind chills in the teens. Tomorrow afternoon, sunny skies, but staying cold, high 39. Another frozen start on Wednesday morning with lows in the low to mid-20s. Wednesday afternoon, sunny with a high near 40. Thursday, mostly sunny, morning low 23, afternoon high 41. Watching a low pressure system move through the Gulf of Mexico on Friday. In addition to rain showers, it may bring sleet, freezing rain, as well as snow showers to portions of metro Atlanta. Right now, it's too soon to know exactly when, where, and how much. However, I'll have updates for you as we get closer to the end of this week here on 95.5 WSB.
Right now, 35 in Brazelton, 32 in Woodstock, and 33 in Fayetteville. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. A little early. I thought I was going to walk it right up to the post.
You've had 2 weeks off. It's okay.
And I've never been an actual music DJ, so pretty darn good if you put together those two facts with my performance. But no excuses. All right, it's time for the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. So are we just starting this now, today?
Today's the first day of it.
Wow. Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So we give away $1,000 increments, 5 a day.
That's correct. Look at you.
And because I've been on vacation, so I have to be reminded of these things. Maybe bring the audience up to date. So there's a keyword, different hours of the day, and this is the 5 o'clock keyword. And when you hear this keyword, you go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. I take it once you go there, it's pretty obvious what you have to do.
Yes, very easy. I tried to sign up for it, but I wasn't eligible.
No, you're not, because you work here.
Oh, I figured an extra $1,000 would be nice.
Yeah, it would.
Well, if that was possible, I think the way the ranking system and hierarchy is here, I would be walking away with $5,000 a day. So,
you're getting the cash off.
So if I'm not getting it, nobody's getting it from around here. It's for the listeners. All right, this hour's keyword is holiday. HOLIDAY. In case you were wondering, that's the holiday that we're looking for, spelled that way, holiday. That's right. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that word is holiday, and then also we have to call you and you have to answer. So since we're probably not in your contacts, once you do that, be willing for the next 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes to answer random numbers that come up.
Be nice to Chris or Abby when they call you.
I don't care about that, but I'm just telling you. I think you should be nice. I think we should always be nice. So there it is. The word is holiday. We opened up studies, surveys, and polls. Maybe we ought to go ahead and do something from that.
Well, our first poll comes from the Associated Press, where news is free, journalism is not.
Oh, man, well, these people just get off their high horses.
There's a big donate button where I can donate to the Associated Press.
More people would donate if they weren't so smug and obnoxious. You can't live without us. Just come on. Just the media organizations are like Meghan Markle. They really believe that they're. Look at how much honey we have. They really think they're just really important to people. You don't ask people You just become important to them. This is not understood. You don't guilt. An organization does not properly guilt someone into. You just are really, really good. And people say, oh, did you read that stuff? Did you? Oh, wow. Yeah, they're good. Man, we ought to go there. You don't, hey, you may not realize this, but without us, you're screwed.
News is free, period. Journalism is not, period.
Yeah, meanwhile, anytime you see a story that's blocked on a paywall, you just type it into the... Isn't that what everybody does? If I see a story I find interesting and it's behind a paywall, I just take the headline and I type it into the Google, and there's some other thing that covered it. The same names. Now, yeah, if you get you can't get deep journalism, but is AP really doing deep journalism? They're kind of like doing just sort of like stringer stuff, like wire service stuff.
Yeah, there's usually a couple paragraphs about the story.
If you're going, can you imagine something going like a headline that's like 4 cups of coffee a day makes you healthier than ever. You go to click paywall. You know, something go ponies up at that point. Oh, I got to get this story about coffee and how many cups of coffee a day.
I just go with the headline. I'm happy with that.
Go with the headline.
There you go.
Stick the headline in somewhere else, and a lot of times another site has like just pilfered the same thing. Like they have a deal with the AP because they got to take money from anywhere.
They got to fill the spaces somehow.
Without us, you'd be lost. Now give us money, whether you respect us or not.
It says for over 175 years, Eric, the AP has been a trusted, independent source for fast, accurate, and unbiased reporting.
Yeah.
Today, we continue to cover the world's biggest stories.
Well,
from
all
nearly...
good things come to an end. That's what I would say. All good things come to an end.
They report in over 100 countries. Support the AP today.
Okay. Support the AP. What? Everybody's PBS all of a sudden. Why don't you just make us want to read your stuff? All right. This is done. Enough of my rant.
Well, this is the great journalism they put together here. They said this is a poll they put together with the NORC where they say that about 6 in 10 Republicans... Yeah, NORC. About 6 in 10 Republicans said they have a great deal or quite a bit of confidence in the presidential election this past year.
Well, doesn't that make sense?
Well, I won.
This is what we are now.
Thanks, Trump.
This is what we are. So, and whichever side, if you win, oh, you know what? I think this whole voting thing is pretty good. If you lose, on one side's going to say it's rigged, the other side's going to say Putin made it happen.
On the flip side, it says that's a sharp rise from the 2 in 10 Republicans who were confident.
Oh, yeah. I get it. I just said it. We're a very, very immature, non-intellectual peoples.
Well, can I just say that the last time the results were kind of crazy. This time they were good.
So they worked this time.
They were good.
If you win, they worked.
Well, I mean, I did win last time. Everybody knows that.
Can I go back to the media and the AP and how? Listen, the reality. How many years?
Give me your credit card and all. It says 150 years or
175 years. That's longer than I've been alive. The truth is, CoffeeZilla on YouTube is breaking stories, not the AP or CNN or Fox. Or, these outlets just pass along information that one side or the other is trying to convince you is correct. CoffeeZilla. He's the one who busted Hawk Tuah with her meme coin scheme.
And look, and she's gone now. Where's she been?
Well, yeah, of course, because he's got the goods on her.
I left the chat. Anywho.
Yeah. Because it's not like a 90-year-old Leslie Stahl talking to Elon Musk on 60 Minutes. Yeah, he's the dog. Elon Musk, he's picking a fight with the entire world.
Well, so a lot of things are going to change. Doge.
I know, but you're going after people like
he was trying to liberate Britain. He said we should.
Yeah, a lot of this I think is gaslighting, right, George? I mean, it gets covered as if he's like.
I think he's with this whole British thing. I think he's kind of distracting from that fight he got in with Americans about the H-1B visas.
Yeah. Because it turns out that Trump voters didn't want to vote for Trump and then be told that foreign workers are better than Americans.
Well, I mean, you're sort of lazy. Let's take a look at this. We just went through a big holiday, And Merry
Are you going
Christmas.
after Santa Claus?
Merry Christmas. But we looked into it, and Santa is as efficient as he could be, and a lot of the elves are lazy. They go get degrees in such and such studies. And
you want to bring in outside workers?
So just some of these workers from other countries that come in there and they work really, really hard, and less.
So he goes after Nigel Farage. That's like a right dude, like a right wing, like the hero. I don't know. I get lost with all these people. Farage is the Brexit guy, right?
Yeah.
And he's a hero on the right. And why did Elon go after him? George, why did Elon go after Farage? Was it because he was...
he was going after Starmer, from what I understood.
No, he went after him over the sort of pedophile ring thing that went down in...
Grooming gangs.
He went after Nigel Farage because he doesn't think he is an effective messenger for what they're trying to do.
Okay.
Not because he doesn't like
What
him.
are they trying to do? Take over the world?
Well, what is the name of that party that they have over there? Is it Reform?
Yeah, turn it all around. Oh, yeah, the Reform Party.
Right. He doesn't think he's an effective messenger to get
Well,
that.
they stole it from H. Ross Perot, obviously. That's why.
Can I finish?
These Trump and Musk have a lot in common. They just like to start fights with people.
They do.
Yeah, he's good at it. He's really good.
and what Musk continues to do, and I know he owns the platform and he can do what he wants with it, but on X, every time you log into every time you open the app, his posts are right there at the top.
Trump called him clingy, supposedly. So maybe
Clingy. Uh-oh, he's getting tired of him.
We're not friends anymore.
Getting a little tired, clingy musky.
Yeah, little clingy musky. Eli, he's trying to get his musk all over me.
There's only one thing bigger than being the richest person in the world, and that's being the president of the United States, the most powerful person in the world. So, you got one up on him there, Elon. Don't let him be too clingy.
And I'm not going to.
That's right.
Now, the one thing I could imagine with Elon being clingy is the guy doesn't sleep, and Trump, sleeps. So I'm sure
I don't know if he sleeps.
You get the text in the middle of the night from Elon. He's probably like, Trump, this is a good idea.
I'll get back to you when I go to the bathroom.
Alex Williams says there's a crash, unfortunately, on Highway 316 in Gwinnett.
That's right, Eric. It is a right lane crash, 316 eastbound, right where you ramp off of I-85 north, trying to head out toward Lawrenceville, so no police on scene with that. Heads up for that crash. If you're taking 285 through DeKalb County, the inner loop slows right around Beaufort Highway and Dorville. Not going to find any relief from that until you get down to Memorial Drive. On the south side, 75 southbound, some merging madness out of Hateville, getting past I-285 in Clayton County as you make the drive into Forest Park. 85 southbound, delay free from the south side perimeter near the airport into Union City and Fairburn. Checking the ride into Cobb and Cherokee County, Sydney Darden, Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
It's a really slow one. As soon as you get to 75 northbound at the 120 loop exit 263, going to have you on and off those brakes through Cobb County. Once you reach that 575 split, it really does start to pick up those brake lights. 575 northbound on your way past Belfairs until you get to Highway 92. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks,
Tesla Cybertruck packed with fireworks exploding outside the Trump International Hotel.
We've got it covered.
People are recovering after a mass shooting in Queens, New York.
With news at the top and bottom of every hour.
The city of New Orleans, we're resilient.
And when it breaks,
we do not believe the public is in any danger around any of these locations.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's breaking news station.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Cherries are in season, and right now we've got fresh red cherries on sale for only $3.99 a pound with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading, seeing, and living through these days, from rate cuts, election season, and now a new administration, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place. You know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So We ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in will work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on Portfolio X-ray, or click on Full Retirement Plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. There's no obligation. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com, and start packing.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter here, and I'm co-hosting a brand new show on Saturdays at noon called The Car Guys with my good friend and brother Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Kevin brings over 40 years of automotive knowledge, so join us Saturdays noon to 1 right here on 95.5 WSB.
All right, one more time. The WSB 5K a day bonus splits. 5 o'clock hour keyword is holiday, HOLIDAY. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBradio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that word is holiday. Okay, we've had a, was that a study? What was that?
That was a poll.
That was a poll.
From the Associated Press. Did you decide
I should
to
have
donate?
noticed. Huh?
You decided to donate during the break, right?
To the press? No, I'm not donating to the press.
Did you donate a poll?
You could call it that.
Hey, special delivery.
It's got the happy face like Amazon. You'll notice that. We left it on the porch like 5 hours ago. You know, I'm gonna. If I start telling stories, we won't get any more studies, surveys, or polls. But I finally got a turntable for Christmas that I actually use now. It's the year 2025, and I'm finally in. I'm back into the vinyl, and I don't understand why I'm enjoying it so much. I don't know if it's nostalgia, if it really does sound kind of cool.
Does it plug into your current speakers?
Yeah,
or does
it
it have
does.
its own speaker? Okay,
no,
that's cool.
it goes right into the Sonos, which, well, you know, I can't fool myself. It's going Bluetooth. It's becoming a digital signal, so it's not like, but it does sound. I don't know. You know, I think what it is the experience, and I think it's somewhat nostalgic for me, but I think it seems like a more complete experience of listening to an album rather than this ongoing stream. Because in the back of my mind, I'm aware that when it says like you have an album on your Spotify or your Apple Tunes or whatever, it's not really an album. Like if you look at the album, those songs in the grooves are there. But in reality, there's like a gazillion songs in the ether, And that's just a little thing that it just goes and grabs the next song randomly. It's just that the file tells it that it's supposed to be after that song in front of it. There's no reality to it. Now, that doesn't affect what you're hearing, but I don't know. It is maybe it's just nostalgia. I don't know what it is, but I finally decided to play the game.
You're hearing no compression.
Huh?
Autumn's right about the tactile thing, but it's also zero compression.
But once it goes into the Bluetooth thing, it becomes a digital signal before it ends up. It's not like the old tube transformer, what's the receiver that I used to have. So, I don't know. Some things do sound a little. I listened to Bing Crosby's Merry Christmas as a record, and I thought this thing must have been compressed over the years. Like it really did. But then I'm like, is that psychosomatic or something? Am I just making that up? Am I really hearing it? I don't know. All I know is I got a million Beatles albums coming in by way of Amazon. Now go ahead and give me something before we break here,
all right,
so I can pretend that I've stayed true to the studies.
Surveys
and polls.
Well,
yes.
we did a poll, so here's a study, and it was done by the University of South Australia.
Yes.
And they have found that people that are wanting to learn a new language, like what you dealt with in Spain, how you...
I didn't try to... No, my wife...
It would have helped you, though,
Yeah.
if you had been able to communicate with the fellow that was trying to do whatever he's trying to do with you.
Oh, my wife. She is beautiful, but she is not a reasonable woman.
It says here that the key to learning a new language, according to this University of South Australia, is to make sure you get plenty of sleep.
Oh, well, there you go. That's all I need?
Is that all?
That's it.
Yes, Rip Van Winkle. He woke up and he was fluent in like 7 languages.
Yeah.
How long did he sleep? I forget that story. 100 years?
20-something.
20 years.
I think. I don't know.
How many years?
He had a beard.
How many years? During this break, I want somebody to find out how many years I would have to sleep straight through to be fluent in Chinese. I want to wake up fluent in Chinese. I want to be able to write as well as speak. Alex Williams is watching Downtown for you.
And it's a slow ride through downtown, Eric. The brake lights start at the 85-400 merge as you make your way southbound toward Midtown. No relief on the connector south to get down to I-20. And some merging madness ramping onto I-20 westbound. Northbound on and off the brakes, leaving University Avenue, a bit to around Peachtree, Pine Street. If you're traveling on the south side, 75 south, a little sluggish in Clayton County, getting past I-285, 675 southbound. Seeing some delay through Ellenwood, where it goes from 3 lanes down to 2, break-in free right around Highway 42 there as you head down towards Stockbridge. Checking I-20, the West Freeway, Sydney Darden.
It's a slow ride if you're headed to Douglas County. Once you get off I-285, you're going to start hitting those brakes around Fulton Industrial. And you're going to stay on and off them well past exit 44, Thornton Road, all the way again past Lee Road into Douglasville. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
You get up every morning and make it all work. You make the hospitals and the labs work. You keep the shelves stocked, the cash registers ringing, the production lines producing. At Vestas, we have the uniforms and workplace supplies you need to do what you do every day. When you think uniforms, floor mats, first aid kits, restroom supplies, think Vestas. Vestas, uniforms and workplace supplies for the people who make it all work. Learn more at Vestas.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then, the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. I recently had 2 sets of customers who had vastly different stories. One had purchased elsewhere 3 years ago and spent $5,000, and the other had purchased from OMF 12 years ago and spent $1,000. The difference? Our customer's mattress lasted 4 times longer and cost them 5 times less. Don't waste money on overpriced, overhyped mattresses. Visit the Original Mattress Factory for unbeatable quality and value. Sleep better, longer, for less.
If you need a new garage door, this could be your lucky day. Entries are open now for the $5,000 sweepstakes at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. A winner will be chosen at random to receive $5,000 towards new garage doors, openers, or front entry doors of their choice. Deadline to enter is the end of the month to win the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Enter now at overheaddooratlanta.com. You can't win if you don't enter. Go to overheaddooratlanta.com.
MSC Cruises New Year's sale is here. For a limited time, book now with up to 30% off cruises, plus kids sail free. Sail to the turquoise waters of the Bahamas with stops at our private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve. Or experience the beauty of the Caribbean and more destinations. MSC Cruises, for a greater beauty. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Our top local story, one final day for people in Atlanta to say their goodbyes to former President Jimmy Carter.
I had to come over here and show my respect, and, just pay my condolences. It felt great, meeting a president. So it's one of the, moments I cherish.
Thousands pay respects to the nation's 39th president as his body lies in repose at the Carter Center. In a special Air Force mission, Mr. Carter's body will be flown to Washington, D.C. tomorrow for the official state funeral. On Thursday, he will be buried that same day in his hometown of Plains, Georgia. And all new this half hour, former President Carter is also remembered for his contributions to America's national parks.
The 48-mile-long Chattahoochee National Recreation Area is one of the state's most popular national parks, and it was established in 1978 by then President Jimmy Carter.
It's one of the most beautiful places in our country.
Park Superintendent Ann Honius tells me Carter established 39 national parks while in office.
He also expanded by over double the number of wild and scenic rivers across the country.
She says you can honor Carter's legacy by visiting the park.
Walk the trails and see what he preserved for all citizens of our country.
Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
34 degrees in Atlanta and brace for bitter cold this week.
So the rain is gone, but now that Arctic air is rushing in.
What are the chances for frozen precipitation later this week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Communities across North Georgia are taking precautions due to the freezing weather. Hall County is among those opening up community centers as places for residents to go to stay warm.
We have 3 community centers, the East Hall Community Center, the Mulberry Creek Community Center, and the North Hall Community Center.
The county's Sarah Crow says they'll be open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. Doraville police are investigating a deadly shooting at the Honduran consulate along Peachtree Industrial Boulevard. Police say one person is dead, another is injured. A suspect is in custody. Authorities have not yet said if the victims or suspect worked at the consulate. Police are interviewing multiple witnesses. Donald Trump has officially declared the winner of the 2024 presidential election. In a joint session of Congress today, Vice President Harris announces the final electoral vote tally.
Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes.
Trump will be sworn in 2 weeks from today. The U.S. has its first deadly case of bird flu in a human.
Well, bird flu case numbers in the U.S. have been rising. Most of the cases have been mild. Louisiana was the first to report a serious case of bird flu and now is the first to report a death. It was in a person who had been hospitalized with avian flu or bird flu. The person was over the age of 65 and had underlying health issues.
Reporter Alex Stone says the patient contracted bird flu after being around a backyard flock of wild birds. A convicted felon returns to prison after Atlanta police say he fired shots at a motel.
The Justice Department says Marcus Thomas had only been out of jail for 4 days after serving time for aggravated assault when he shot through the window of a Travel Inn on Forest Hill Drive. No one is hurt, but the shooting did some damage to the motel. Atlanta police officers recover multiple rounds of ammunition and the gun used. Thomas pleads guilty to possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon. felon. He's sentenced to 3 years, 1 month in federal prison. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 5:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And checking triple team traffic, here is Alex Williams.
Still new trouble heading into Midtown and downtown out of northwest Atlanta. Center lane crash, 75 southbound, right around Northside Drive, exit 252. Adding to those delays, 85 southbound slows at 400. You're jammed up down to I-20. If you're taking 285 west or southbound, the outer loop starting in Sandy Springs at Georgia 400, that's where the brake lights find you. And it's going to get even heavier as you make your way through Smyrna Vinings down to I-20, the West Freeway. 20 westbound stays slow out into Lithia Springs. Checking the ride on I-285 into Cobb County. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, and it's a really slow one, especially leaving Spaghetti Junction. 285 southbound on the inner loop. The brake lights really pick up after exit 37. You leave La Vista and onto the Stone Mountain Freeway as well. Now, once you merge on with I-20, it definitely does seem to break apart a lot there. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now, Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening. A stray snow flurry is possible, but no accumulation expected here in the metro region. But it is going to be breezy and cold for the rest of this evening. Wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Temperatures dropping down into the mid-20s for tomorrow morning with wind chills in the teens. Tomorrow afternoon, sunny skies, but staying cold, high 39. Another frozen start on Wednesday morning with lows in the low to mid-20s. Wednesday afternoon, sunny with a high near 40. Thursday, mostly sunny, morning low 23, afternoon high 41. Watching a low pressure system move through the Gulf of Mexico on Friday. In addition to rain showers, it may bring sleet, freezing rain, as well as snow showers to portions of metro Atlanta. Right now, it's too soon to know exactly when, where, and how much. However, I'll have updates for you as we get closer to the end of this week here on 95.5 WSB.
Right now, 32 in Union City. It's 33 in Snellville and 30 in Holly Springs. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Start fresh this year. Take better care of your HVAC system and save money. Dave Baker here. Juno's starting at just $16.99 a month. A Coolray maintenance plan will keep your system running smoothly all year long. But if it's time for a new system, Coolray can install a new Carrier home comfort system that comes with a lifetime parts and labor warranty, which means $0 in repair costs for the life of your system. Simply schedule your appointment at Coolray.com. Coolray Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Is shopping for health coverage confusing? Georgia's got you covered. Georgia Access is our state's program for all residents to find quality, affordable health insurance. At georgiaaccess.gov, you can explore a variety of plan options. You may even qualify for no-cost coverage. Open enrollment is happening now. Visit georgiaaccess.gov today. Georgia Access. Health insurance. The Georgia way.
If the last few years have taught us one thing as we head into another year, it's to value the things we can control. Hey, it's Mark Aaron back with you. Addressing hair loss, no exception. Our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration can reverse years or even decades of hair loss with their simple one-day treatment. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and your new hair guaranteed to grow for life. It works for bald spots, receding hairlines, thinning, men, women, younger, wiser. Advanced Hair's top-rated physicians have changed tens of thousands of lives, and now it's your turn. Schedule your free consultation by calling 470-660-HAIR, and to celebrate the new year, get special financing, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Value the things you can control and start regrowing your own natural hair today. That's 470-660-HAIR, or discover what meeting your resolution could look like with before and afters at advancedhair.com.
I have some dark advice for the new year. I just wrote this down. I don't know if it's true or not. You ever do that, Tim? You ever write things down that are in your head?
Yes.
Seems like it's true. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if you would consider this advice. It's so negative.
Oh, boy.
But I do want to help people out there. You know, people are stressed out. You know this, George Clark.
I do.
George can't, stop thinking about that fog.
Oh, God.
It's all over the world.
That got me sick.
Turns your skin inside out.
That's what I heard. I don't know. I've heard all kinds of things. I heard it was, I don't know what it is.
Fog came from the drones.
Well, I don't know. Is this still a story? Is the fog thing still a story, or did it go away?
I don't know. I feel like I saw more people talking about the fog that other people were dealing with than people actually dealing with the fog.
Dealing with the fog. And then they would all say, well, immediately I got the flu, but it's flu season, so.
You don't want to get the what were they calling it? The quad-demic.
Yeah, well, you got one of them, right? I have my.
I got Noro.
My sister-in-law got the RSV in Spain. I had something, but it
Spanish RSV.
Well, that's what the I thought that's what the S is.
RSV.
No, we don't call it that anymore.
I know. I'm friends with the Spanish now.
Amigos.
This is my. I don't know. I think it's good advice just to help you, let life roll off your back. I guess, right? Don't sweat the small stuff. Everybody's insane, and most will let you down. Once you accept that, life gets easier.
Pretty good.
Huh?
It's a good tenet.
Insane?
Well, you know what I mean. Acting insane. I don't mean that they're actually clinically insane.
Yeah.
Although there are plenty of those as well. But, they need help. So let's not make light of that situation.
I'm going to give it to him.
You're going to give them what?
I'm going to give everybody all the help that they need.
Good. I heard you're going to fix everything.
I am. In the first 30 days.
Everything's going to be fixed.
No 100 days, first 30 days.
First 30 days, everything's just taken care of.
Exactly.
Shangri-La.
I'm about to say, you've made a lot of promises there, Trump.
Well, I got to, I have 2 years, then I'm a lame duck.
That ought to be interesting. The
quack,
lame
quack.
duck. I think the quack, quack.
Quack, quack. They're going to impeach me a week after they win the Congress in 2026.
Gonna throw bread at him.
I think they're
Throw some KFC at him.
just to remind him. Throw some bread. You're a duck
bread.
now.
I love bread.
You're a lame duck now.
Duck l'orange.
I thought I don't know what to think about the next 4 years. I guess I'll just relax and live it.
Nothing to think.
There's nothing to think. I hope that the price of eggs go down. That would be
Yeah, that ain't happening.
My egg budget is out of control.
Ain't happening.
I'm just not having as many good eggs as I used to because they cost so damn much.
The quality of eggs have gone down.
Am I right?
They have gone down. I'm
Are
serious.
you
as
right?
As somebody,
Are we right?
Yeah, we're right.
Huh?
It's because it's the shell. The shells don't crack as easily. They're all.
Elon told me that the chickens are lazy.
Yeah, so we're going to be importing some chickens from other places.
Seriously?
The Hen 1B visa. So they're very efficient at laying eggs.
All right, you want to do?
little expert say.
Let's do that.
The experts say.
What?
Experts say. Experts
say.
The
What?
experts say. Experts say.
The experts say on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Look how much honey we have.
What did you say?
Look how much honey we have.
Oh.
We haven't.
Where is that? Where did I put it? Here it is.
Look at how much honey we have.
So much.
Why does that make me laugh so much? I just think.
Look at how much honey we have.
Are you familiar with it? Oh, wait, look at that.
You got the response there.
Look at how much honey we have.
Was that him saying happy birthday to that guy last week?
No, I think that's him enjoying the honey. First, let's hear that again. He's actually eating the honey. Here we go.
Look at how much honey we have.
It's really, really good on a cracker.
What did he like? We opened up Expert Save real quickly. Did he forget somebody's
He
name?
did it again. He does this a lot where he forgets
Well,
who
he's
singing happy birthday to.
cognitively impaired.
He's not doing a lot right now. Talk about
He only has 14 days left.
Exactly. He's not doing a lot right now.
He's doing stuff. He's got billions for weapons.
Do whatever you need to do. Just let me get out of here.
He's like some parts of the ocean we could never drill in again on his way out the door.
That can't be changed, by the way.
I know that can't be changed. It was challenged one time before.
Well, this is what he had
That's
to say.
called, the Democrats talk about democracy, but that's really using your power.
Yeah.
When you were voted, he was basically voted out of office, essentially. It was, if he had been running, he would not have done any better than Kamala. We know that. And so then with his power, he just goes, well, this is a thing I'm going to do because I'm in power. And everybody applauds him. But that's actually anti-democratic. Whether you think that it should be done or shouldn't be done, I'm not even throwing an opinion on that. I'm just saying using the power to say you can never do something when the people have rejected your administration, that is, it's not total. He is in there and he has the power to do
Get rid of
it.
your hot water heater.
I got to get a new hot water heater.
Yeah, no, you're not getting the one that you want.
I want the one that
the tankless.
The tankless.
Too late.
I think that's the one he banned.
What? I need it for my new big tub. I got
Is
a
it
new
electric?
tub.
Is it gas powered or electrical?
I don't know. It's gonna be. It's
a crank.
Does it have to be electrical?
It's a bicycle. There's a bicycle down there. Jane has to run it. With
I got this new huge tub, and then after we put it in, I realized I barely had enough hot water from this tank for the last tub. So now I got to get a tankless. I don't care if I have to use electricity. I don't care.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
What?
Hello, everyone.
Oh, everyone.
Get out there and earn money for day.
Hey, come on now. We're not going to be able to get these vegetables until we get this garden hoed now. Hello, everyone.
Here's him singing Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Going strong.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. All right.
Look at how much honey we have. The image of him eating the honey, it's
just eating it out of the jar with his hands.
Look at how much honey we have.
I believe I have another moment.
People may hate this, but I guarantee you, there's no other radio show doing that.
I have another moment where I believe he forgot the person's name for happy birthday as well, too, from last year. Listen to this.
You all know we have a tradition in the Biden family. We sing happy birthday.
And we forget the name.
Happy birthday. You ready?
Right.
All of you. Happy birthday
All of you.
to you.
I said you.
Happy birthday. You're not singing. To you. Happy birthday, dear Miriam.
I couldn't really tell on that one.
He said it.
Wasn't as good on that one. What are you going after an old man? You trying to make things up, Jared
Yeah, come on,
Yamamoto?
Jared.
That's really ageist.
One day you'll be old.
That's right.
I just love
Yeah,
it. That's
SOB.
I didn't realize
Jared,
that.
you remember.
I didn't realize that happy.
Here's more honey, Mr. President. and that lady who would break up the crowds. Remember her? We haven't heard from her. Okay, everybody.
It's like, okay.
She's had too much honey.
Here's your honey.
Thank you, press.
Here's your honey.
Did you guys realize that happy birthday was a Biden family tradition? I didn't know
Oh,
that.
yeah, they started it.
You all know we have a tradition in the Biden family. We sing happy birthday.
Started in Ireland in the 1600s. I
No one
believe.
ever did that before us.
We have a tradition. I hadn't really thought about that. They have a tradition in that family. When it's somebody's birthday, can you believe this?
Guess
Wow.
what? We got another tradition in this house. We celebrate the New Year. Every year, New
What a
Year,
pos-
midnight on midnight is a new day.
You celebrate.
We celebrate. It's tradition.
I had no idea.
Happy birthday.
It all started with the Bidens.
My goodness. I had never. Oh, yeah, that honey is delicious. Oh, the honey we make. God, I love honey. That's going to be mine. When I think about, I think that should be the end of the show from now on. So reflecting back.
Oh, look at the honey.
Look how much honey we make.
Look at how much honey we have.
Well, we have.
Wait a minute, I'm talking now.
Okay.
I love honey.
Surely KFC has some sort of honey drenched.
Oh, they got the honey wings.
The honey chicken.
Alex Williams is watching 75 in Cobb County.
We sure are, Eric, and it could be worse, could be better too. 75 northbound, seeing some brake lights out of northwest Atlanta from Mount Perrin up to I-285 there in Cobb County. Once you get past the ballpark, Truist Park there, 75 northbound. We'll call it sluggish in Marietta as you leave Delk Road for the ride up into Kennesaw, breaking free right around Chastain Road. 575 northbound, toughest part of that is from Barrett Parkway up to Highway 92 in Woodstock. And 400 northbound, slowest part of that ride is leaving I-285 in Sandy Springs up to Northridge. And a few more brake lights in Alpharetta as you clear Windward Parkway. Trouble on Highway 316 in Gwinnett County. Sydney Darden.
Yes, it is, and it's just after you merge on from I-85. It's a stalled big rig, and it is sitting in one lane, adding to your delays as you head past Sugarloaf Parkway and on towards the Lawrenceville-Suwanee area. This report is sponsored by Scott Antique Markets. The Scott Antique Market is this weekend. There's no telling what you'll find there, so visit the Atlanta Expo Centers at I-285 and Jonesboro Road. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend. ScottAntiqueMarket.com. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Buying a new car? Need help fixing your current car? What's the safest car for a first-time buyer? The Car Guys have the answer. Join Shelley Winter and automotive expert Kevin Deutsch this and every Saturday at 12 for all your car needs. The Car Guys, presented by Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Saturdays at noon on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Don't worry about the hassle of constant cleaning and making costly repairs. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Hey everyone, this is Creston Maxey, Certified Financial Planner with the Lloyd Advisory Group. I hope this holiday season is filled with happiness for you and your family, and enjoy the time with your loved ones. If you need any assistance with retirement planning moving forward, we're happy to help. Call us at 770-766-5611. Again, that's 770-766-5611. And on behalf of our team here, we want to wish you a Happy New Year.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your fourth quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. And it's free for you to view. Call 888-471-3896 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today, 888-471-3896. That's 888-471-3896. MitchLyonsWealth.com, your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Dave Baker here. So you're leaving for work, but the garage door won't open. Is it the opener? Is the spring broken? Now you're late and your car is trapped. Don't panic. Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is here with same-day emergency service. They won't leave you stuck. Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is the original red ribbon garage door company trusted in Atlanta since 1935. Call 404-USA-DOOR or schedule online at overheaddooratlanta.com.
MSC Cruises New Year's sale is here. For a limited time, book now with up to 30% off cruises, plus kids sail free. Sail to the turquoise waters of the Bahamas with stops at our private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve. Or experience the beauty of the Caribbean and more destinations. MSC Cruises, for a greater beauty. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Well, there's been a surprising twist in the Blake Lively scandal, but I don't know what it is.
Also, who?
It's a big scandal, and everybody was against her, but there's been a surprising twist in that. I'm just not sure what it is. So you ought to go looking.
Again, she's against the director of the most recent film. But
yeah,
the film
we all
won a
hated
lot.
her. We all hated her, but there's a surprising twist to the story. I'm just not sure what it is.
Click here.
We better do an expert say, or we'll be complete and total liars yet again. And who wants to start the new year that way?
Well, this was written by Chloe Berger over at
Chloe
Fortune.
Berger
Over at Fortune, yes.
I
Chloe
have ate at her stand.
She does a great
Good
just
stuff.
Great burgers. Gen Z grads are scared to join the working world. Gen Z grads.
No, hold on. Are you saying Gen Z grads?
No, it's me, Gen Z grads.
It sounds like you're talking
Gen
about
Z grads.
somebody Gen Z grads.
Gen Z grads.
Gen Z graduates.
Gen is short for generation, not generation.
Generation Z graduates are scared to join the working world after watching the class of 2024 getting fired across the board. A lot of social posts.
You know what?
Experts say
don't.
This is our advice here.
Yes.
Experts say
Yeah.
keeping an accomplishments journal
Oh,
will help.
shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up. You know what? Recognizing that the world isn't an ice cream cake.
That's not real. No one's keeping.
I know. I know.
Oh my God.
I know.
Are you
nobody's-
doubting-
I'm saying I don't think that the entire class of Gen Z, the Gen Z class, the Gen Z, I don't think that. Yeah, the story's phony baloney.
All of these are.
Yes.
Every expert say story.
You know,
is
I
fake.
meet people in their 20s. They seem pretty cool to me. For the most part, I don't know. I don't walk in to really meet these stereotypes. I mean, you see them, like bitching and moaning at the Starbucks counter every once in a while, or usually serving you at the Starbucks counter.
Or they're just young and being kids.
Yes,
and dumb.
right.
You know, that's
just
all.
like I was.
Exactly. We all were.
But I mean, yeah. So I'm not buying the stuff. They,
doubting the
they
work
have
of
terrible musical taste. I'll give you that.
You're doubting the great work here of Chloe Berger.
Well, listen, just because you're good at one thing doesn't mean that you can take those culinary skills and turn them around.
Yeah, auteur is not
Yeah.
added to your
But keep
accomplishments
trying,
journal.
Chloe. Keep trying, Chloe. I think Chloe's going to have a good second half.
I wrote a story.
I think the next time you're around a bunch of Gen Zers,
Yeah.
you should ask for their accomplishment journal, Eric,
Yeah,
and see what,
yeah.
see what they have in there.
You know, that was what a terrible way to live
Get
your
away from
life.
the old man.
I did notice this. You know, I had a great time in Spain for about a week. I took maybe 2 pictures. There were a lot of tourists around us and everything. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. We know I am, but I'm not saying that. But I mean, just like I went and saw the Royal Palace, wild, beautiful building. Everybody's taking pictures of it. And I thought, if I come home and tell people I went to this palace, I could probably just go online and see better pictures of it than I'm going to take standing here. What do I have to? Are people going to doubt me? I don't see you in front of it. Are you lying to me? Did you really see this palace?
I don't think you win.
Yeah.
Pixar didn't happen.
Alex, in all areas of life. Alex Williams is watching I-20 for you.
Yeah, Eric, we're going to check the ride out to the western part of town. I-20 westbound, a little sluggish through West Atlanta between Martin Luther King Jr. Drive and Holmes Drive. Then you slow again at 285. Going to be on and off that brake pedal as you make the ride out past Lee Road, exit 41 in Lithia Springs. Eastbound seeing some merging madness ramping onto I-285. And heads up in southwest Atlanta, some police activity on Lee Street just south of I-20 might have some lanes closed there. Checking the ride on I-20 through DeKalb County. Sydney Darden.
It's really a slow one once you leave 285. I-20 eastbound on and off those brake lights past Wesley Chapel. Really, where you see the worst of it around exit 71 Panola Road. It does break apart, though, by the time you get to Stonecrest. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any H system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
When someone first comes in and you see that discouragement on their face, they've tried so many different products, but nothing seemed to work for them. I'm able to take that and turn it into hope.
You're listening to Mallory, an arch support specialist at the Good Feet store.
They try the arch supports. You see their face brighten up from feeling discouraged to being happy and hopeful again. We're helping people. We're able to take them from the pain to the possibilities.
Try them for yourself with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store. Walk-ins welcome, or visit goodfeet.com for more information.
How about a simple New Year's resolution? One where you're guaranteed to succeed. Hey, it's Mark Aaron back with you. Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places where it's been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there's no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guaranteed. Simply put, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Did I mention the results can last a lifetime? Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR. See what meeting your resolution could look like at advancedhair.com.
Did you know this is the busiest season for plumbers? All the parties, tons of people eating at one house. That's when garbage disposals get treated like wood choppers and pipes get backed up like the airport at Thanksgiving. Blah. But don't worry. Castile Plumbing has the experts in same-day service to handle it all. Clogs, leaks, busted pipes. And right now, you'll get $50 off any plumbing repair. Castile will also give you up to $400 off any water heater installation. I mean, if you like hot showers. Book today at CastileAir.com.
Start your year off stress-free and sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. No showings, no open houses, and no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-2798.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, bitter cold, here to stay for a while. Wind chills will be in the teens tomorrow morning. The forecast gets tricky late in the week.
Friday and Saturday, watching for the potential of a low-pressure system to bring in not just rain, but potentially some wintry precipitation as well.
Right now, 34 degrees in Atlanta. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. And now is the time to make sure your house is ready for the freezing weather.
Make sure outdoor hoses are detached from the spigot and make sure any vents to the crawl space are closed. Just a few of the things that Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix-It Show, says you need to do ahead of freezing weather. He says it's also a good idea to make sure that you have carbon monoxide detectors and that they're working, especially if you have a fireplace.
You're building a fire in your house on purpose, so you need to have all the safety features around that, and a CO detector by your fireplace is always a good thing.
And when dripping those faucets, he says make sure you drip both the cold and hot water. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
A developing story in southwest Atlanta at this hour where police are investigating after a retired Fulton County deputy is shot in the hand. We are told the injuries are not life-threatening. Police are canvassing the area of Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard and Lee Street, searching for clues. A witness reports seeing a robbery in the area, and we are working now to learn if others have been shot. Stay with WSB for updates. Thousands pay their respects to former President Carter.
I'm Jim Crisul in Atlanta. Passing by the flag-draped coffin of former President Jimmy Carter lying in repose at the Carter Presidential Center was emotional for Beatrice Johnson. The 59-year-old woman has a connection to Mr. Carter.
My grandfather's Bishop William Decker Johnson, and his life inspired Jimmy's early life. Jimmy writes about him in many of his books. And so by the time we got to the end where he was in repose, I couldn't hold it anymore. I'm sorry.
Johnson told me not having ever met Jimmy Carter is one of her biggest regrets in life.
President Carter's body will be flown to Washington, D.C. tomorrow for the official state funeral on Thursday. Donald Trump's election victory is now official. CBS's Scott McFarland reports from Washington. Congress certified the election during a joint session today, 4 years after the January 6th Capitol riot.
If you line up your local congressman, if he or she's a Democrat, you are likely to find he or she issued a statement marking the 4 years since January 6, 2021, the police heroes and the victims. If your congressman or woman is a Republican, it's likely he or she made a statement about their pride in certifying an election for Donald Trump. They're just on different wavelengths on what's important to talk about.
A federal judge finds Rudy Giuliani in contempt of court for not turning over assets he owes to two former Fulton County election workers.
The judge found that, in fact, Giuliani had not been acting in good faith, that he has been delaying things because he doesn't want to turn over what the Georgia election workers may be able to collect from him.
Former federal prosecutor Lori Levinson says Giuliani owes Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss $148 million for telling lies about them after the 2020 election. New technology to help solve crimes in Marietta.
Marietta police have a new app to allow anonymous tips.
Our residents can now get alerts saying that there is a road closure or that there's some police activity, but more importantly, from their own smartphone, they can immediately and anonymously send photos, videos, or text with a tip about criminal activity.
Marietta Police spokesman Chuck McPhillamy says police can respond to any messages and the tipster can decide if they want to respond again. He says you can use the app even if you simply drive through Marietta during the week. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 6:04 and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now it's triple team traffic and here's Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill, just found new trouble in West Atlanta. Looks like a stall, maybe a crash. I-20 westbound, right around Holmes Drive, exit 52. It's in the left lane, so seeing the brake lights stretch back toward Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. On the other side of town, 20 eastbound into DeKalb County, just sluggish from 285 out to exit 71 Panola Road, but it's been rough all afternoon and evening through downtown, and that continues heading southbound from the 85-400 merge. No relief on the connector south, 75-85 till you get down to I-20. Northbound seeing some delays as well, leaving I-20 breaking free up around 10th Street in the Midtown area. Checking the ride to the northern suburbs, Sydney Darden, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, let's start in Sandy Springs, Georgia 400 northbound. You're slow from Abernathy Road all the way until exit 6, exit to get onto North Ridge. But the good news is it breaks part well before you get to Holcomb Bridge. Now, in Cobb County, different story. I-75 northbound, you are on and off those brakes through Cobb County past the 120 loop on until you get to that 575-75 split. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official heating of winter. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening. A stray snow flurry is possible, but no accumulation expected here in the metro region. But it is going to be breezy and cold for the rest of this evening. Wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Temperatures dropping down into the mid-20s for tomorrow morning with wind chills in the teens. Tomorrow afternoon, sunny skies, but staying cold, high 39. Another frozen start on Wednesday morning with lows in the low to mid-20s. Wednesday afternoon, sunny with a high near 40. Thursday, mostly sunny, morning low 23, afternoon high 41. Watching a low pressure system move through the Gulf of Mexico on Friday. In addition to rain showers, it may bring sleet, freezing rain, as well as snow showers to portions of metro Atlanta. Right now, it's too soon to know exactly when, where, and how much. However, I'll have updates for you as we get closer to the end of this week here on 95.5 WSB.
Right now, 31 in Sandy Springs, 32 in Stone Mountain, and 33 in Peachtree City. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Greg Kihn Band, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
It is-
Breakup song.
Yeah. He just passed away.
He did?
Was it last year? Or? And whenever I say that and look it up, 7 years ago. But I believe it was just
August of last year.
Yeah, the great Greg Kihn. And that song, no, it was another song that inspired one of the big Weird Al songs.
Jeopardy.
Right.
I lost on Jeopardy.
Right. His was my
heart's in.
My love's in Jeopardy.
Our love's in Jeopardy, baby.
Yeah, Big Al. I like the Greg Kihn Band. You know who else I like named Greg? This next cat.
He's a misanthrope, he has a dark heart, and he needs a good psychiatrist. New York. It's Greg Russ with stories from Studio B1.
Monday edition. That seemed a little lifeless.
Monday edition.
Thank you.
Look at how much honey we have.
Yeah, you had many weeks off. What is this?
Come on. Should have really gone for it. Greg is correct.
Monday edition.
Eric left the country, and he lived.
Yes.
I never thought he would. All those talks, I leave the country. It's so dangerous. People want to kill me because I'm American. He made it back.
They
That's nice.
loved me. They loved me. They loved
your wallet.
I was like, I got in a couple of political discussions, and you know how I feel about a lot of stuff. And some of these guys really, they could be Republicans. I was talking, these guys are like 25 years old. Oh,
like
we love
Trump?
America. Well, we didn't really bring up Trump, but the whole hegemony thing. Basically, at this one bar, these guys were like, well, better America than anybody else. Like hegemony maybe is not so great, but we'd rather it be America. I tried to politely bring up the fact that we're going broke trying to do this, and we do have some problems in our own country, like homelessness. Did I bring up the coat thing on the air or when I was talking off the air with the homeless? Greg, if you can give me a moment. Did I say it on the air or
You
off?
did not.
Because a lot of times I talk about things, then we open the mic. I don't know where I said it.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
no
think
line
it's
between your life and the show. It's just the same.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
One and
problem.
the
I'm
same.
trying to compartmentalize, but I can't find the different compartments. So I don't know that it's the greatest idea, and it seems like the greatest idea in the world to give coats to the homeless. We usually do this around Christmas because it's cold, and overall I am for that. But I noticed maybe one little problem may hurt them ultimately because there's a homeless guy in the corner. I stopped at the light. It's the truth. And he had like a brand new bright red puffer jacket on. And I just don't think, a lot of people are just like, well, why does that guy need money? That's a nice jacket. So I think you want to, I'm not being cruel here. I'm just saying what I'm telling you.
No, it's that's roll around a little bit.
It was like roll around, like scuff it up a little bit.
It's a fair assessment with the number of people who do run scams. Somebody may get a new coat, but you're going to question it.
It's a bright red puffer jacket. Like somebody gave it to them for Christmas.
I went down to Woodruff Park in the middle of downtown.
Yes.
One Christmas day years and years ago, and just brought a bunch of my old clothing to the homeless people there. Stuff they probably didn't want, like the Jinko jeans when I was growing up. But people, before they knew what it was and left it there, they did come over, and then they started fighting with each other, and I felt bad because I created that situation.
I want those Jinkos.
It's like a gods must be crazy kind of situation. You started a fight. You were trying to help, and you started a fight. Well, look, you can only do what you can do, and I believe people should give coats to the homeless. I don't want people to think that this is some kind of cruel libertarian. What's this guy saying on the radio? I just think it might not help that guy's income today. On that corner,
maybe put the coat
wearing that jacket.
Yeah, put the coat away while you're on the corner asking for
Shiver
money,
a
and then
little
when
bit.
the day is done, then
It's
put the
tough
coat
on a day like this.
Yeah, shiver, cold, the fingerless gloves, all that.
Yeah. Bring
barrel
out that
that's on fire.
Yeah, the barrel with the fire and yeah. You gotta play it up like it's a 1930s movie or something. You gotta put me in the mind of like hobo.
I like the idea of there being training classes. Here's how you really play it up.
How to be a hobo.
I just want the whole fingerless gloves thing. Like gloves, the fingers are what I wanted. Like it's not the palm of my hand.
That's so you can pick your nose.
Is it?
Without taking the gloves
I thought
off.
it was for playing piano.
Oh, okay, or
That too.
guitar.
How does it keep your hand warm if you just keep the palm warm?
Yeah. Your fingertips get cold.
Yeah, I know, but that's what's cold to me. That's like the
I
cold
feel like
part.
in gloves, though, my fingers are colder.
Well, you need
than
better
if I don't wear
gloves. You really need a better quality glove, I think.
Get rid of those fingers.
All right, Greg Russ, who I know was just probably needs some sleep. I'm sure not only after watching the Golden Globes, as I'm sure he did. He probably was up all night thinking about who was given. Somebody got screwed over. And I know this guy's really into the Hollywood set. So
Yeah,
I'm sure you were.
I forgot they were happening. And this morning when I looked at the winners, there was that one movie I didn't know what it was, but it seemed to rack up a lot of awards.
The Adrian Brody one?
The
Yeah, what's
Brutalist?
it called?
The
Brutalist, yes.
What's that about,
I don't
George?
know. I don't think it's had a wide release yet, so that's maybe why you haven't heard much about it.
How can it be winning
It's about a
awards?
guy- it's
What,
about a market-
only people in L.A. and New York or something for a week have seen this movie?
Chalamet didn't win. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absurd. First of all, Chalamet should always win.
Especially for
Always.
the Dylan movie.
I don't care what he's done. He should
agree.
always win.
Two of them, one for Wonka and one for Dylan.
No, how dare you? You're doing that just to stir me up.
He certainly
Wonka.
is.
He doesn't embody. I think he's fine in that movie, but he doesn't embody who Wonka is. Wonka doesn't really like the children in that movie. He's too joyous.
I read some of her jokes, Nikki Glaser, and they seemed pretty funny. And you just reminded me of one. She said that Timothy Chalamet, you were really great in Dune. I woke up during every one of your scenes. Which is about my... I don't know. Did you like Dune, Greg? I mean,
I thought
not Dune, but Dune 2. I like Dune.
I like Dune 2 better than Dune.
Really?
I think. Dune
Oh,
1
wow.
I didn't remember. Dune 1 feels like a movie that should have been 40 minutes and it was 3 hours long.
It's a tough book to turn into a movie, but I liked Dune 1, and I was looking forward to Dune 2. But I got to tell you, it had no effect on me. I walked away
Dune
with
2, Folia Dune.
Folia Dune.
It was a musical.
You didn't like him surfing the worm?
That's always a tough thing. Even the David Lynch one looks stupid. It's just better left to a book, I think. It's just always going to look dumb.
Or animate it.
And or when he's like, the surfing the worm, and then of course they made it seem like the winds are like 250 miles per hour, but he's just holding on to a rail.
Yeah, he's got a
Who
pick.
can do that?
He's got like a little pick, right?
Come on. Yeah, but his hands have to stay on the pick.
Yeah.
I get how the pick
He's
can
got
stay
two
inside the worm.
picks in the worm,
but
and
his
then-
hands have to stay on to... What's holding his hands to the pick while the winds are hitting him at 300, 400 miles per hour?
He learned from the indigenous on how to do it.
I guess so. There's your... What's that called? Dea Machina Cognitive...
Deus ex machina.
That's right. Just some sort of natural thing. He learned it from them. Now shut up and eat your popcorn, dumbass. So, what is The Brutalist about? Can you look it up?
It's a foreign architect from maybe Eastern Europe or somewhere like that,
Mhm.
and he comes to America, and he's got a lesser life here, but he's working his way up.
Wow.
And
So
it's
he was like my old super who was a dentist in Ukraine, and he came over to New York and at some point was living in the unfinished basement under my apartment cooking soup on a hot plate.
But he thought
I don't know if that was
I'm in
the better
America. Well, maybe he thought, was he just happy to be in America? He was a super.
move. He was missing a finger too. So
It's interesting that he was a super and he made soup.
He was a super. he was a super soup.
He's a super.
Is what he was.
Why couldn't he be a dentist?
I
here?
believe to leave Ukraine, you have to remove a finger.
Yeah.
They're like, you have to leave something behind. I think that's one of the
For
rules in
Zelensky.
Ukraine. Yeah. So he's left his finger.
need your finger.
And that means one day he'll return.
You can have it back.
we keep it on ice.
That's right. One day I'll return with money and goods for my
Did you
family.
know if you lose a piece of your finger, they can put it in a pocket inside your chest to keep it alive? If they can't sew it back on right away. I found this out.
I didn't know we had pockets in our chest.
Well, they cut
where
it-
is that?
They
Is it-
cut your chest open,
Ooh.
and they kind of put the finger in there. So
Hey,
I guess
keep
it's
the finger.
sucking up blood, and it keeps it alive for a bit.
Keep the finger. Tony Iommi lost part of his finger right before he started Black Sabbath, and he's considered one of the great. Doesn't he have like a metal finger?
Yeah, he didn't have a pocket
Scotty
in his
from
chest.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a finger.
Jerry
I met him.
Garcia had a missing nub.
Yeah, see, I met that guy, Scotty.
What about the
that
drummer
barber-
for Def Leppard? Put his arm.
There wasn't a
in his
pocket
chest.
big enough for the.
Yeah, that's it. You actually you have to open up the entire leg and insert the arm into the leg. Very complicated procedure. Alex Williams says there's trouble on I-20 in West Atlanta.
Indeed, there is, Eric, and right now they have all lanes shut down in West Atlanta. I-20 westbound, Holmes Drive, exit 52. Whatever's been in this left lane, they're trying to drag it off to the right. That's why you're seeing those brake lights back toward Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. No need for an alternate just yet. Elsewhere, we got trouble. It's a stall in two center lanes. Hero just arriving on scene of this. 285 northbound, the inner loop around Paces Ferry Road, exit 18. Slow back to South Cobb Drive. Hopefully they can get that out of the way. We've also been following trouble on Highway 316 into Lawrenceville. Sydney Darden, Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, it's that stalled big rig. It's right near where you merge on with I-85, and it's been sitting in one lane for the past hour or so now, still causing you a little bit of volume there. So just be ready at that brake light. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks,
terrorist attack in New Orleans.
we've got it covered.
Truck driver was a graduate of Georgia State University.
With news at the top and bottom of every hour.
The confidence is there to reopen Bourbon Street.
And when it breaks.
There is no definitive link between the attack here and the one in Las Vegas.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter here, and I'm co-hosting a brand new show on Saturdays at noon called The Car Guys with my good friend and brother Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Kevin brings over 40 years of automotive knowledge, so join us Saturdays noon to 1 right here on 95.5 WSB.
Georgia's biggest boat sale. The Discover Boating Atlanta Boat Show in partnership with Progressive Insurance docks at the Georgia World Congress Center January 9th through 12th. More boats, more brands, the latest gear, and unbeatable deals. There's no better place to buy a boat. AtlantaBoatShow.com.
All right, Greg just sent this article. It's his whole hand.
Yeah, not just a finger. A whole hand was saved.
This is an 87-year-old man, and he's skinnier than Mick Jagger. I don't even know whether he has a pocket in his stomach. I need my hand.
I wonder if he could move it.
87 years old.
They sewed this hand into a pocket in his tummy, and it stayed there for 3 weeks. I would not be able to exist for 3 weeks knowing my hand was sewn in my stomach.
I mean, how with it? I guess this guy's pretty with. Oh, wow, that picture. Wow, that's weird looking. I guess it's a video. I'm not gonna. That's like he's got a little hand pocket. He's got a little hand inside of him.
Gross.
And it's his. Mm.
Yes, when I say stomach, I don't mean the actual stomach. It's just in the abdomen.
Yeah, it looks like right above the bladder.
Oh, wow. Thank you for
Mr.
that.
Anatomy.
Well, apparently,
The bladder, of course, is in the pelvis.
I'm just looking at the picture.
I mean, Greg, technically,
Strangely,
it's
weird.
not exactly his stomach.
It's moving. Wow.
It is moving. It's actually, they cut it out. It's Peter Lorre's hand, actually. There's at least 3 people who got that joke, and they are laughing so loudly that it's disturbing the people around them. Hey, you have any stories from Studio B1, Greg?
I do. New York City, where I live.
Yeah.
Just implemented the first in the nation congestion zone toll. So
Now-
if you drive south of 60th Street in New York City, you're going to be paying $9 unless it's the middle of the night. Then it'll be $2.50, I think. They've done this in Europe. So finally, we're catching up. We're catching up to the continent that's really got it all figured
Now,
out.
hey, I just got back from that continent.
I know, now
They were
you've
good
changed your
to
tune.
the
You love 'em.
Americano. They were good to the Americano. And by the way, I was wrong about sneakers. I got this idea in my head that you don't wear sneakers in Europe because that's how they know you're an American. Well, that may have been true in the past, but they're all wearing sneakers now. So it doesn't matter.
Sneakers are different than like New Balance or something.
Wow, that's a sneaker, isn't it?
Yeah. What are you?
Yeah, but there's a difference
ageist?
between New Balance and like a cooler shoe.
I think they can tell. They knew he was an Americano, but now he's a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
got the dad
he's an
shoes.
uncool
He has
dad.
gout.
He must have trouble.
So
Walking
anyway,
around.
with this-
So I want to ask a question because you're living there. I read a couple of articles where there were neighborhoods leading up to those areas where they were worried that suddenly everybody's going to be trying to park in their neighborhoods so that they don't. And
My
then
neighborhood.
I guess getting on transit or something and not, then going to the city from there. Is that
Yeah,
true?
my
Did it
neighborhood.
happen today?
So they implemented this on Sunday, and I'm in Maine again, so I am not home, but I will report
What
back.
are you out there with
because-
with your hunting buddies again? Is this the one
Yes,
of those?
because we always go hunting.
Yes,
I don't know where you got that from.
I know.
I've been
What else are you going to do in Maine?
Just well,
several years.
Fish.
Do you do this every
Surfing.
year? You do this every year? You go up with your
Yes.
buddies and you go to a cabin and you smoke cigars and play.
There's
you
no
gamble.
cigars being smoked.
You talk
There's no
about
gambling.
movies.
Yeah, we do talk about movies, watch
Mhm.
movies. I smoked some pot last night and got paranoid.
Oh, why'd you do that? You know it makes you paranoid.
I don't know.
You know it makes
There's this idea. There's always this idea that maybe.
What did you say?
Why am I in Maine?
Why do you convince? Are you just trying to be? It's not like you to try to be cool with the dudes or
I wasn't
whoever.
trying to be cool. I just thought that maybe it would work better this
Yeah.
time, differently, and it didn't.
When you were
and it just-
paranoid, how bad did it get? Like, what were you thinking about?
I mean, it wasn't. I just think about the. So it's
Death.
going to go back to death.
Death.
Yes,
Death.
I'm trying to find a way
Death.
to not make it. It's not. I think a lot of people, when they're afraid of death, they are afraid of the moments leading to it and maybe the pain. What scares me is just the large amounts of time, billions of years.
Yeah.
That's the part.
But
that
you're not going to
really-
be there. It's like thinking about before you were born. There's nothing to think about. It's not like you were there.
It's just absolutely insane.
Yeah, of course. The whole thing is. So,
Just
roll
goes
with
on
it.
forever.
I don't know. We'll find out. We won't. We will, or
You
we'll
won't
find
when you
out.
die.
I don't know. Maybe we're here, so I don't know. I mean, but we are here, and that's weird. So maybe something weird can happen again. And
It
there's
was
an
that,
awful
and I
lot of
thought
people who have beliefs and know where they're going. So I don't know. I'm not better than them. I have no idea. I have
the
no
other
idea.
thing, the other thing was I was convinced I had meningitis.
Well, that
I
is
wasn't.
why did you see it? Did you
No,
you
my
looking at
neck
your
was hurting.
you were looking at your hands and you thought you saw some yellowing or something?
No,
like that.
that's jaundice.
Oh,
The
jaundice.
liver.
Okay,
Liver
meningitis.
disease.
Oh, meningitis is the spinal thing, right?
Yeah, my neck was hurting. So
Oh,
I
okay.
thought,
Oh,
boy. God, here it is.
Yeah, that could
This
be
is
the
where it's gonna
only
end.
answer, is that it's meningitis.
That would always be the answer.
Oh, sure.
Occam's razor.
And then no, Occam's razor would not lead you.
I know. That was my joke.
So how long did this last? And then were you able to enjoy yourself at all? Was it a little episode, or did you just or try to get out of there and go to bed without seeming like you were being weird? Guys, I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep right now.
I was fine. I was able to get through. They were watching the new Alien movie, so that really helped with the paranoia.
Yeah, it did.
And then after that, I played Tetris on a Game Boy that somebody has, and I got so into the game, I did really well. I got the highest score I've ever got. It was like I went into the zone.
Look at you! You bounced back.
There you go.
Look at you! You're bouncing back.
Yeah, I did bounce
The
back.
next, I mean, if you do, first of all, kids, don't do it. Listen to this right here. This guy. I mean, you don't want to be that. But
It's legal here, though. I'm not breaking any laws.
But here's the deal. Like, just one puff, and just see where you are. You
That's
don't have
what I did.
Oh well.
Must have been good
It's
weed.
too good these days.
Yeah.
It's insane. I went the days where I go to a guy's house and he had a Lazy Susan, like 2 different types. and he'd
This
turn
has
it.
seeds. This doesn't. What kind of mids you want?
Then they get mad if you just leave immediately. They got to sit down and talk to him. Like, no.
Hey, dude.
I don't want to sit down and talk to you. I just wanted to pop in and pop out.
It was really difficult to get this batch. Let me
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah,
Check out this record I just got.
Oh,
yeah.
No, just the whole thing about the batch. These people can talk about pot forever.
This is an indica.
This is the best one I've ever had.
I'll just sit there like, oh my God. Okay, what's it been? 30 minutes? When is it rude? When is it not rude to leave? Maybe
Here's your money.
Maybe I shouldn't do drugs. Alex Williams has better news on 20 westbound in West Atlanta.
Indeed, we do, Eric. They held all lanes, got that stall off to the right, I-20 westbound at Holmes Drive, exit 52. Still slow from Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, but hopefully that will improve. Maybe something new, we'll check on that as well. 20 westbound before Fulton Industrial Boulevard, you're slow leaving 285. And we had a stall in 2 center lanes. Hero got that off to the right. 285 northbound, the inner loop around Paces Ferry Road, exit number 18. Following new trouble in Gwinnett County on I-85, Sydney Darden.
Yeah, it's a crash, maybe even a stalled vehicle, but it's sitting in the center lane, I-85 northbound, right near exit 99 or Jimmy Carter Boulevard, and causing you some delays that go all the way back to Spaghetti Junction. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
If the last few years have taught us one thing as we head into another year, it's to value the things we can control. Hey, it's Mark Aaron back with you. Addressing hair loss, no exception. Our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration can reverse years or even decades of hair loss with their simple one-day treatment. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and your new hair guaranteed to grow for life. It works for bald spots, receding hairlines, thinning, men, women, younger, wiser. Advanced Hair's top-rated physicians have changed tens of thousands of lives, and now it's your turn. Schedule your free consultation by calling 470-660-HAIR, and to celebrate the new year, get special financing, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Value the things you can control and start regrowing your own natural hair today. That's 470-660-HAIR, or discover what meeting your resolution could look like with before and afters at AdvancedHair.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-200-1966. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-200-1966. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-200-1966. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-200-1966, 800-200-1966, or biglou.com.
Belinda here for Atlanta Vision Institute. I'm here to introduce you to a new procedure that Dr. Ashraf is performing called laser optics. This changed my life, folks. I was so tired of wearing contacts and glasses. The glasses were not around when I needed them. I had astigmatism, so the contacts didn't fit me well, and I had beginning stages of cataracts. So I went in. I was a great candidate for laser optics. It was a quick, painless procedure. The next day, it was like everything was in HD. The colors were more vibrant. The leaves were more vibrant. The sky was more vibrant. My husband was better looking. Everything was great. Laser optics with Dr. Ashraf, Atlanta Vision Institute. Go to the website 2020atlanta.com to find out more information. Also, take the quiz to see if this is a procedure that's good for you. Your medical insurance may cover it. That's 2020atlanta.com.
MSC Cruises' New Year's sale is here. For a limited time, book now with up to 30% off cruises, plus kids sail free. Sail to the turquoise waters of the Bahamas with stops at our private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve. Or experience the beauty of the Caribbean and more destinations. MSC Cruises, for a greater beauty. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, farewell to Jimmy Carter.
We adore President Carter and all that he has done. We followed him. We love him. We thought it was a good idea to come and just pay our respects.
The nation's 39th president lying in repose at the Carter Center until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then Mr. Carter will be flown to Washington, D.C. tomorrow, where he will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol until Thursday's state funeral. He will be buried later that day in his hometown of Plains, Georgia. Former President Carter's work to expand national parks is also getting recognition following his death.
It's one of the most beautiful places in our country.
That's what then President Jimmy Carter had to say in 1978 when he established the Chattahoochee National Recreation Area. The park is now one of the state's most popular. Superintendent Ann Honius says
President Carter was an advocate of both national parks and the environment.
To mark Thursday's Day of Mourning, she's encouraging people to come to the park and reflect.
And to just take an opportunity to think about that and the impact that President Carter had on all our lives.
Carter established 39 national parks while in office. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
33 degrees in Atlanta. The brutal cold is here for a while. And what about the chance for frozen precipitation later in the week?
The question mark right now as of Monday is, will that low go further north? Then that's a cold rain. If it goes further south, then that opens up the door for wintry precipitation around here.
That would be Friday into Saturday. Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. Hall County prepares for the cold by opening 3 warming centers.
Our community centers are available as warming stations throughout the day. These are open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays and 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Hall County Sarah Crow says they're monitoring this week's weather and are prepared to keep shelters open overnight if needed. Bullets flying in Atlanta. A retired Fulton County deputy is among those injured. He was shot in the hand during an exchange of gunfire on Lee Street.
The only thing I heard is like a whole lot of gunshots, like 30 shots, man. Like,
I couldn't even believe it. It was like out of a movie scene.
This witness talking to Channel 2 Action News. The retired deputy's injuries are not life-threatening. We're working to learn if others have been shot and no word yet on if there is a suspect in custody. Doraville police are investigating a deadly shooting at the Honduran consulate along Peachtree Industrial Boulevard. Police say one person is dead, another is injured. The suspect's in custody. Authorities have not yet said if the victims or suspect worked at the consulate. Police are interviewing multiple witnesses. The U.S. has its first deadly case of bird flu in a human.
While bird flu case numbers in the U.S. have been rising, most of the cases have been mild. Louisiana was the first to report a serious case of bird flu and now is the first to report a death. It was in a person who had been hospitalized with avian flu or bird flu. The person was over the age of 65 and had underlying health issues.
Reporter Alex Stone says the patient contracted bird flu after being around a backyard flock of wild birds. The FBI says the attacker who drove a truck through a crowd in New Orleans on New Year's Day used Meta smart glasses to scout the scene. The 42-year-old man stayed at a rental home in the area for 2 months before the attack and recorded video with the smart glasses as he bicycled through the French Quarter. He killed 14 people and injured dozens more, including a UGA student. President Biden visits New Orleans tonight. CNN founder Ted Turner is under treatment for pneumonia. TMZ reports Turner is recovering at a rehab center in Florida after he was hospitalized for his illness. His representative says the case was mild and he expects a full recovery. Turner was diagnosed with a form of dementia more than 6 years ago. It is now 6:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic starts with Alex Williams.
Jammed up in out of DeKalb into Gwinnett County, Bill. 85 northbound slows from 285 up to where police are with this trouble in the center lane just north of Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99. Once you get past that, they're clearing up that stall out of the right lane, 316 eastbound between I-85 and Sugarloaf Parkway. And we're going to be checking on this new trouble on the west side, I-20 westbound, jammed up from 285 to whatever's holding you up. We're going to find that out before Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Checking the ride downtown, Sydney Darden, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, it is a slow one, especially 75-85 southbound through Midtown. Now, once you get to the top of the Grady curve, it does break apart a little bit, but it does pick back up until you get to I-20. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening. A stray snow flurry is possible, but no accumulation expected here in the metro region. But it is going to be breezy and cold for the rest of this evening. Wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Temperatures dropping down into the mid-20s for tomorrow morning with wind chills in the teens. Tomorrow afternoon, sunny skies, but staying cold, high 39. Another frozen start on Wednesday morning with lows in the low to mid-20s. Wednesday afternoon, sunny with a high near 40. Thursday, mostly sunny, morning low 23, afternoon high 41. Watching a low pressure system move through the Gulf of Mexico on Friday. In addition to rain showers, it may bring sleet, freezing rain, as well as snow showers to portions of metro Atlanta. Right now, it's too soon to know exactly when, where, and how much. However, I'll have updates for you as we get closer to the end of this week here on 95.5 WSB.
Right now, 30 in Dunwoody, 33 in Midtown Atlanta, and 30 in Noonan. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-2798.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your fourth quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. possible, and it's free for you to view. Call 888-471-3896 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today, 888-471-3896. That's 888-471-3896. MitchLyonsWealth.com, your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Still joined by Greg Russ, who...
That's correct.
Very sad. He's having trouble accepting the fact that Justin Trudeau has announced that he's going to resign.
It's tough.
Prime Minister, yeah, I know.
It's the only Prime Minister of Canada I've ever known.
Yeah.
I can't tell you who was before him.
I think. Stephen Harper? Was he? Look it up.
There was a lady in between Harper and him, I believe.
What are you saying?
Kimberly something.
Okay. I got a bad. I thought you meant.
Well, here's Justin stepping down.
Canadians deserve a real choice in the next election. And it has become obvious to me with the internal battles that I cannot be the one to carry the Liberal standard into the next election.
So what happened? His party, I know, turned against him. What happened?
People started to realize that he's an autocrat, and
I figured out I was Castro's son.
I think it's just it's don't go down that road.
He looks like him.
I don't. How does he?
Yeah, he looks more like him than he looks like
Well,
Pierre.
so what? Not everybody looks like their father or mother. Sometimes you look like an uncle.
We did
Nobody
good
met.
things here. We look at how much honey we made.
Made so much honey.
Honey.
Look at how much honey we have.
I think it's just it's that tide of change. You know, he really, really was the postmodern, everything that just annoyed people.
He went to every rally.
Imagine in Canada, just like here, people just got enough of it, just enough of being preached to and it's this
Been in
whole
power since 2015.
Yeah, and it's this whole smugness that comes off of. I'm not the first. I don't know who I heard say this. Maybe it was Rogan. I don't watch a lot of Rogan, but I watch like clips on YouTube, and I don't want to pick up somebody, but I think it might have been Rogan who said this. If it was somebody. I heard somebody else say this, and it was correct. That when you see these people like on MSNBC and CNN, and they're the same people that you saw all the way through the election as talking heads, and when you see them like, how did this happen and what went wrong, and it's you. People don't like you. You're terrible message. You're unlikable. Before you get to the policies or whatever. And Trudeau is a part of that whole thing that, there was a flash of it in 2008 and 2012, and then it really took off in the middle of the pandemic where people were just all self-righteous, but it just becomes tiring. And it's a tiring class of people who are just, again, like once I saw Kamala was speaking after whatever the vice president does to certify the electoral. Yeah. And I just looked at it and go, I'll bet she didn't get all smug about it when she spoke. And there's the whole democracy is, people are tired of it.
So going back to the congestion pricing in New York.
Yes.
How it kicked in on Sunday. There was a ceremony to reveal the sign that said, "You're entering the congestion zone. You will pay a toll of $9." And people showed up. I think the same people we're talking about to cheer for it. I get in New York, you can live without a car. I didn't have a car for a long time. I don't drive in Manhattan, so the toll's not going to affect me. But the way they set it up, they just pushed it through. It's highly unpopular. The politicians do not care that most people hate it.
Right.
And that's just descriptive of, I think, everything that's going on.
It's descriptive of the way that Trudeau was prime minister. Now, I don't live there, and I'm not in the day-to-day. But, the way he treated those truckers, they went in, they froze their accounts. Anybody who tried to support them, they froze their accounts. Yeah, these are people who are talking about democracy all the time. And, okay, they were annoying and they were beeping their horns. I never saw a fast food restaurant being burnt down. I never saw any glass being burnt. Now, if it did happen, somebody can tell me. I'm just saying, just as a casual person, and And it just they were beeping their horns and they were blocking the streets, and it's a protest, and that's annoying, and I get it. But they were claiming that these people were white supremacists and all of this stuff, and the media was there's not any evidence. There doesn't appear to be any evidence that was going on there. And I'm not even getting into whether they were right or wrong or what you agree with them or don't agree with them. Well, but when you compare that to how most protesters are treated that come from the left, people who don't even have a dog,
dog in the hunt.
Dog in the hunt, are just like, well, this is not equitable. This is not this coverage of one side. When they get mad, they're covered as like, hey, give them all the space in the world, and then this other side, we don't agree with them, so we're gonna pretend that they're white supremacists. Where's the evidence of that? I mean, you should have folders and folders and folders full of evidence before you publicly call somebody a white supremacist. You can't do that just based on notion.
I don't know, but that power, that was tasty power those people had. The fact they could call people that, and those people would then issue apologies and pleading with them, kissing their feet. I'm not, please. That's over.
And people are tired of that. Right. That's exactly. And however much he was a part of that, or you see it all over the world. We get no real international news here until it's time to invade somebody, and then they just come on and tell you why you need to support it. I mean, we get no real international news. But this kind of thing, whether it's right or wrong, or whether it leads to something good or whether it leads to something bad, is happening all over the planet.
Starmer is a lot like that in England. He's a lot like Trudeau.
Right, but he just got to power because they were at that point they were tired of the Tories who'd been in power for so long, right? Is that the way it was? Yeah. Was it? Yeah. It was the Tories. So it's at that point, I think almost anybody who was up there was going to get swept out. But if this guy Starmer is just like this right now in 2024, I think it'll be a disaster. I mean, we don't get coverage of it, but like farmers in Europe and Poland, it's like they're the first people on the front lines who are being affected by all the climate change stuff. It doesn't affect Greta. Her life is her life, but it affects the people who are actually farming the land and whatever. Again, whether you think it's right or wrong, I'm just saying that it's happening all over the world that people feel like the elites that run the world are completely out of touch and don't give a damn about them. And the example you just gave, like whether it's right or wrong to have congestion pricing, the fact that all the politicians don't give a damn what the people actually think about it. But then the problem is then the people just realize
control
of New York.
I think yes.
That would be wild.
When?
That would be wild.
Look, this past election, the gap was much closer than it was before in the presidential election. Going back to Bloomberg, I know he switched. He was a Republican mayor.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, I don't know what the last, Pataki, I think, was the last Republican
governor
of New York.
And that was a surprise when he took over. But it was just the governor, but the rest of the state remained fully in Democrat hands.
I expect things to shift. If they don't completely flip, they're going to be pretty close, I think.
And then what happens? Well, and then what happens? And the people that you vote in, after a few years, they get power and they start doing the same thing, and then they become out of touch.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's just a matter of just changing, just rearranging the deck chairs every once in a while. We're not saying the Titanic isn't going to sink. We just want to sit on different furniture from time to time, feel a little more comfortable.
I know that even now that the French snail farmers are upset as well too. I saw several TikToks about them.
Oh my goodness!
They were very upset.
That's just Chinese propaganda, don't you know? Alex Williams says there's a crash on 85 in Gwinnett.
That is right, Eric. And it is knocking out that center lane, I-85 northbound in Gwinnett County, right in the Norcross area, just past Jimmy Carter Boulevard. Exit number 99, keeping you jammed up, leaving I-285 Spaghetti Junction. Also slowing those 285 ramps onto I-85 northbound. Once you get past that, it's delay-free up into Duluth and Swanee. And the earlier stalled Big Rig finally cleared out of that right lane, 316 eastbound, before Sugarloaf Parkway. So no more issues or brake lights heading out into Lawrenceville. Now we got trouble on I-20, the west side of town. Sydney Darden.
Yes, and it's right now it's actually blocking all lanes I-20 westbound right before exit 49 to get off at Fulton Industrial. They're trying to clear, whether it's a crash stalled vehicle, trying to get off to the right now. So just give it a few more minutes, but if it stays there, you may want to continue to consider just jumping on Highway 78 instead. This report is sponsored by Scott Antique Markets. The Scott Antique Market is this weekend. There's no telling what you'll find there, so visit Atlanta Expo Centers at I-285 and Jonesboro Road. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend. ScottAntiqueMarket.com. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Yo, I just won $1,000 from WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Thank you, Jesus. What's that?
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
First chance to win is tomorrow at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
How about a simple New Year's resolution? One where you're guaranteed to succeed. Hey, it's Mark Aaron back with you. Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places where it's been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there's no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guaranteed. Simply put, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Did I mention the results can last a lifetime? Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR. See what meeting your resolution could look like at advancedhair.com.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Start 2025 with insanely clean carpets from Zerorez Carpet Cleaning. Hey Atlanta, it's Patrick, owner of Zerorez, reminding you to call the cleaning pros at Zerorez. Give your home the facelift it needs after all that holiday hosting. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet and a hallway for only $129 when you mention me, Patrick, or WSB Radio. That's right, 3 rooms of carpet and a hallway for only $129. Schedule online at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, it's the right way to clean.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pegol is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Boy, if that isn't proof that we're living in a simulation, I don't know what is.
Finally, you figured it out. I've believed that for a long time.
Yeah, Elon believes it. So,
yes.
Before we go, I do a couple things. Number one, we had a great open micer earlier. We don't have enough time to play it again, who was praising the Christmas show and said it was the best one, and I agree with that, and I appreciate that. But I made a huge mistake. It bothered me for the first 3 days. And I had made this mistake the year before when I thanked everybody at the end, and I didn't thank my friend Stefan Pappas. That was the year before, but he's my friend, and we drove home together, and so. But I was thanking everybody, and Dave Baker, who played Santa, was sitting right in front of me, and I never thanked Dave Baker for playing a great Santa Claus.
I don't do it for the thanks. I just do it because I like to play Santa Claus.
I know, but you did such a great job, and I don't know. I went around the room. I was a little bit inebriated at that point. On the
you were
Prosecco.
just chugging.
All that Prosecco.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. But, I mean, he was right. I was going around the room. I thanked Autumn. She was not here. Greg was not. Right in front of me was Dave Baker in a Santa Claus outfit. So,
well, he was still in character for you. He was Santa to you.
No, I know. And we had some good texts over the holidays. So I do want to thank Dave Baker. Did a great job. Also, I want to weigh in on something here. I know it's still... Bulldogs lost, obviously. That was not a good night. But I want to say, and maybe I don't know enough about this. I've only seen a little bit of it. But this guy on the sideline who got in the way of the ref.
Talk about Parker Jones.
And everybody's on him now. My looking at this, that ref was way too deep into the sideline. That call should be when you're at the edge, when you're interfering. So if you're deep into the sideline, you're supposed to make way for the ref.
So I just rewatched the video. So there's a big white area on the side of the field where it's marked off, and Parker's in that area.
Is he alone?
He appears to be further out than everybody else, and the ref is running down that little white strip down the side of the field. So I gotta say that he's guilty in this case. He's guilty.
What was he doing? Just standing there?
He seemed pretty. Yeah, I don't know.
Because they just made a big play. They just made a huge pass.
Right.
And they're trying to cheer their guy onto the end zone, and he definitely gets in the way.
I don't know.
You can't step in that white stripe.
I just say this. It's a call that should not have been made. It's a call that should not have been made. Now this guy, okay, and now everybody's on him for the rest of his life. He's going to.
Steve Bartman.
He was just trying. Well, yeah, he was just
the memes.
But the memes should be on the refs to make that call in that situation about a game that's being played and people are playing their hearts out on the field. I just think that's ridiculous. That's like something that you fine the university over after the game, something along those lines. The guy was not trying to impact anything. And maybe even if he was in the wrong place, it was by inches, right?
I just rewatched it. He's definitely in that little white stripe. Watch the video again when we get off air here. You could see
You're saying the edge of the white stripe.
Can they not review it? And I feel like intent would matter.
Well, they can't. That's the problem with reffing is you can't use intent because then you are, and people like me and you and everybody else get mad because things are obviously not intentional. But if you allow referees to start using intent, then you give them this license to try to read people's minds. And a lot of times things seem obvious, like I'm saying this seems obvious to. I just think sometimes you hold on to the flag. I think there's other ways. I think you can find the university and get the point across that way or something like that. But it's got nothing to do with the people on the field. I guess you say it's the team. Writ large.
And this poor guy, he's going to have to live with this for the rest of his life. He's not a starter or anything.
Yeah, I know. He's never played, has he?
No, it wasn't even
he was
fully
just trying
dressed out.
Yeah.
He gets to say...
I feel bad. And if you're somebody who's going after this guy, and I mean, what kind of life you have?
It's a kid.
What's the matter with you? Honestly, what is the matter with you?
I hate him.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a lot of that.
Honestly.
I never met him, never will, but I hate him.
Yeah, you know nothing about him, know what kind of person he is.
Nope.
People were like saying he's a fraternity guy, and they were saying he needed to be kicked out of his fraternity.
Oh, yeah. He should never be allowed to work anywhere ever again. It's pretty obvious. People are absurd. I don't think the call should have been made. I think it was. I just think that's a stupid thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Won't be the first time. But
go ahead and charge our kickers all game long.
Yeah, I'm sure every other play, well, you get away with whatever. Get them next year, right, Kirby?
We're going to chop wood next year.
That's right. All right, that music's telling us two things. Shut the hell up, get the hell out. You know us, we do what we're told. We're good patriotic citizens. We obey all the time. Shelley Winter's up next with a great radio show for you. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us, but until then, continue on the journey. Do not piss off the genie.
656 Cool Ray Carrier, WSB 24-hour traffic center. Lots of flashing lights with this crash. Was in the left lane. They held all lanes. Now it's in the right lane. I-20 westbound, the West Freeway before Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Exit 49, slow from 285. That's got 285 southbound. The outer loop on the brake lights back before Hollowell Parkway. Northbound, little sluggish before Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. And cleaned up nicely through downtown. 75-85 north and south. Looking great between 17th Street and I-20. Better news in Gwinnett County on I-85, Sydney Darden.
It is. That crash that used to be blocking all lanes, I-85 northbound right before Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99, now moved off to the shoulder. Nonetheless, still delays that are steadily improving, but you will be on those brake lights as you merge on from 285 over in Spaghetti Junction. You may even consider just jumping on Buford Highway instead. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic.